Right, welcome back, viewers. Men's game 6:30. We've got the home side, the Gold Coast Stingrays, taking on the Griffith Uni Thunder, who many have claimed to be the dark horse for 2018. I'm catching up with one of the head coaches now, the Gold Coast Stingrays head coach, in David Hill. Mate, it's not an easy job taking over such a huge program that is the Gold Coast Stingrays men's side. You and Lance Tongakilo are dueling at that to try to make it work as a team. Right now, obviously rough start in week one. You bounce back in week two, even with Lance at quarterback.
That's right.
But obviously you got your defense back on track in week two.
Yeah, definitely. I think that we had a few key inactives as well. So in week one, we knew that we were going to have a bit of a tough game, and obviously Ravens a great team. So we knew that losing a few guys to injuries early on, a lot of injuries during the game, and then having a few key inactives, that was going to be a tough start for us. Last week, definitely back to what we know we can do. We get the full lineup of guys back, and we show what we're really about.
Billy, mate, you've been part of this Stingrays team for many years now. Talk us through the off-season, mate. No Walker, Damo still recovering from his life of football, really. Lance only coming back, a week out. That must have put a lot of pressure on yourself to get the team prepped through that off-season.
Yeah, look, it was probably a lot of work that we needed to put in. I've got a good group of senior players, though. That always makes the job a lot easier. So it was really about making sure we capitalised on that knowledge and skill we retained from the previous years, leading the way, making sure that those new guys that are coming on board are able to be upskilled, learn the systems, and be able to come out and do a good job. So yeah, look, a lot of work, always is. I think every season's the same, though, no matter who the coaches are. You've always got a big job on your hands, and particularly when you've won so many Sunbowls back-to-back, a lot of pressure. So look, I'll take it in my stride, always want to succeed, so we're here to win.
Finally, mate, behind some of the scorelines that happened in week one, obviously the Ravens, not to bring that game up again, and the Rhinos' huge scoreline, the offense for the Thunder almost got lost in the mix there. They've got a pretty talented offense from what I can see as well. How much homework did you guys have to do in this past week?
Yeah, look, obviously we know they're a good team as well. We know what Tommy's capable of, and we had to look at their receivers and their running back where they've got a lot of speed. So we do know that they're going to have a bit of talent out there that we're going to have to make sure we cover off on. But I think we've got the guys to do the job.
Good job, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, here in pre-game of the men's game, I've got head coach Phil Crick, offensive coordinator Jordan Clements. We'll start with you, Phil. Mate, you've been at coaching for a long time. You've been around for a while. You told me the week this very well could be one of the most talented teams you've ever been the head coach of.
Yeah, that's right. Across the board, we seem to have a lot of talent, from the running backs, QBs, all the way through to safety. So we're not really lacking anywhere across the field this time around, this year, which is good for us because it makes our job coaching and things like that a lot easier, that's for sure.
Mate, obviously the Wildcats, the senior team, they had default and you guys absorbed the bulk of those guys. You pretty much had to try and merge two teams together, and that's no easy feat, but you guys, I was down to training, you guys made it pretty harmonious. Was that a bit of a challenge for you?
Oh, most definitely. You've got two different cultures trying to come together to, form one team, so it's always going to be a transition. It's still a transition now, but it's getting there. So a couple more games I think we'll be fine.
Mate, you're probably going to give me a political answer here, but look, you guys, in the eyes of a lot, are probably the dark horse this year, and I think this game is probably going to be really telling. Are you guys trying to psych the guys up for this type of game, or are you trying to keep confidence at a bit of a par level?
No, keep confidence way up. I mean, the guys have already got confidence already in themselves and everything. We already know that we're a talented group, so no use, stemming that. Just get out there and let them show what they've got.
Finally, mate, for you, Phil, the early bye. You had a bye last week in week two. Yep. Would you prefer it later in the year, or are you happy to take it here in week two?
Oh no, week two's fine. I mean, it just gives us a little bit more of a refresher for coming in now. So we've had another week to have a look at other teams around the league. So it gives us a little bit more preparation as well.
All right. Well, Jordan, I'll direct these questions to you, mate. The offensive maestro for the Thunder this year. Mate, we just talked to talent. To Phil, you have got a lot of talent, particularly in those receiving cores this year. You got two guys from the States. You got one guy who went to the States, came back, and will be going back later, and Tristan back. Let's talk me through this receiving core of yours.
Yeah, look, across the board from left to right, there's no doubt about it. I'm very, very lucky. The good thing about them is the guys have come together really, really well in terms of the system, in terms of the culture, which is fantastic to see. There's a couple of guys from the US, Leon and Chris, just fantastic receivers right up. Their mechanics, their footwork, their handwork across the board, just easy guys to coach and easy guys to fit into a system. So the club's very blessed and very lucky in that sense. And we're looking forward to really having a good game today. And on offense, as you know, we've got to execute and be disciplined on defense. So.
Offensively speaking, last time the GQ TV saw the Stingrays, we saw their defense give up an amount of points we're not used to seeing them give up. Obviously, it's week one. They had a lot of rookies in starting positions. How much do you invest in that week one game as far as you guys matching up and game planning?
Stingrays are a championship-winning club, so we don't come here and underestimate anything. So it's reset, refresh, mindset. It's game one again for us. So, yeah, that's it.
Finally, mate, talking about your quarterback, Tommy Corman. Obviously, he's known this league for a little while now. He's obviously played in Missouri, Central Missouri, in the collegiate system. What's your relationship with him like right now?
That's good. He's another guy. He's got a fantastic football mind. He's a guy who can say, do X, Y, Z, and he executes. So, again, the club's blessed and lucky to have him. And, we're really looking forward to a great game today, and I'm sure the people watching will get that.
Coaches, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Welcome, Gridiron Queensland community, to week 3 of the men's division, the last game of the men's division here in week 3, brought to you by Impact Sports, your leading shut provider in Queensland and probably the nation. We have got the Griffith Uni Thunder coming into Nerang to take on the reigning champions, the Gold Coast Stingrays. I'm Kenny Andres, and it is my honour and pleasure to bring in my old coach, my friend, and my now colour commentator, Sean Hunter, into the commentary fold here for Gridiron Queensland.
G'day, Kenny. It's great to be here. It's the first game I've come to watch for a little while, and I'm really excited. And I'm hearing great things about how the sport is progressing, and we've just seen a really good kick from the Thunder. And so let's get this game underway.
It is, and now that's picked up by number 39 for the Gold Coast Stingrays, who actually isn't on my updated team list, and I have a feeling it could be Kupi Ta'ala, the state running back.
Yeah, I thought they might have fumbled that initially, but it looks like they let it bounce and just caught a bit of a point on the ball, which is, that happens. I remember it happened to me quite often. I didn't like catching them whatsoever.
Oh, stop it. First and 10, the Stingrays, they receive the kickoff. They'll be first on offense. Starting running back James Taylor is in the backfield with our makeshift quarterback Lance Tongakilo. Threw 4 touchdowns last week. He completes his first pass. That is complete there for a short game to James Hobby.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Just getting the game started, nice and short, make completions, get some confidence, and you can't go wrong with those sorts of plays.
There's Tongakilo. Mate, you coached against him towards the back end of your coaching career. He was outstanding in a Gold Coast Stingrays unit, which it was many reasons why he shouldn't have been the most outstanding player in that unit.
Well, look, they were they were tough to beat, and they still are in both junior and senior division.
Well, commonly known as a defensive end, he is currently the quarterback, and he handed that ball off to James Taylor, who finished that run off strong and got some strong blocking there from Williams.
And you can see the penetration that they get here from the right guard, just enough, and then the pulling guard comes across to clear him out, just to open that hole up for them.
And that's one of the... Oh, and we've got a player down here for the Griffith Uni Thunder. It is Aaron Finlay, the linebacker. He's getting attention now from his teammate and effectively defensive coordinator, Garrett Griffith, of which we have an interview of. He is one of the imports for the Thunder, coming recently from Ostrava, just outside Prague, in one of the European competitions, mate.
And these injuries, you don't want to see them so early in the game. Tough sport, and we all know that, but we don't want guys getting hurt and being out for their stuff. And there's Liam Hunter.
Who's that bloke, mate?
Yeah, nobody.
Of course, your lovely younger brother, Liam Hunter.
Yes.
Former teammate of mine and competitor back in the old junior days, as they referred to them as. Junior division now, obviously, a whole new division in itself, the ages of 14 to 16, which is something that has been talked about in Gridiron Queensland for decades.
It has been.
It's finally been put in place.
I think it's a good move. I always found it hard when you've got 18-year-olds going up against 14-year-olds, so it's probably the best move for the sport. Takes the danger out of it as well.
Indeed, indeed. And look, this injury looks like it's going to be a prolonged one. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in a moment. All right, back here, it looks like Finlay has been assisted off the field. He now looks like he's even walking under his own strength, so that's good news. Back in the action, though, the Stingrays, they've got a 3rd and short ahead of them here on their first 3rd down conversion on the first drive of tonight's game. Tonga Kilo, he's ready to go. Takes a snap, give it is to James Taylor, who's met hard in the backfield. He will be denied the 3rd down. And it looks like the Stingrays will have to send their punting unit here on their first drive.
Great penetration and great read from the Thunder. Number, it looks like 40. 59?
59. Got there as
99, also. Sorry, 99.
Yeah, Sam Leota.
Very good. And I've heard good things from Liam about Sam Leota. So, yeah, I don't think that's the first time we're going to see him tonight.
Well, I think also underneath, and we'll see in the replay here, is I think it might be even the 3-tack on the backside, 45. Look at him, he's the first man getting in, and he makes the Bruce Pelusi, who's actually got a lot of raps from defensive coordinators and defensive coaches of the teams about his work. As we see this punt be taken.
Chris Pope returning.
And here we go. Let's see one
nice
of the...
move.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
3 moves, and he's still got distance.
Ooh.
Taken down nicely, though, by the pursuing number 62. Again, another one I'll have to get updated on my list, but it actually might be Big Mark McIntyre, who convinced me last week that he was not going to be coming out of retirement. Well, nothing like a loss to the Stingrays in week 1 to bring a couple of old names back into the fold.
I think you'll see a few more if they have any more losses, Kenny. They're a proud club with a proud history, and they certainly don't like losing.
They do not.
As I'm well aware of.
Yes, they do. Now, and yeah, it is. In fact, 62 is Mock McIntyre. He's off the field now, but one question people wanted to know is Damien Malloy back on the field? Well, you can see him right there, number 6 off the edge. And he will blitz on his first play. It'll be a pass to the opposite side of the field, though. This is to the other import. Here he goes down the field is Leon Moody out of Missouri S&T.
Very slick play, and just a little move, short pass, straight up the field, and a good block by the slot receiver as well.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's straight out of it, but because I think I saw reports of him being part of Missouri S&T's roster many years ago now, so he might be a year removed from football. But saw him in practice. He's another one of those sort of can make plays after he makes the catch sort of guys.
And I'm hearing they've got a lot of talent, Kenny.
Yeah, I think it's on show tonight. Corwin, one of those talented guys. He gives it up the middle. That's their first run play of the game. That's shut down by number 97, Jackson Walters, who we saw punt moments ago.
And we'll have a look at the replay, but one of the linemen just went right downfield and was, that's what he's done. He's tripped over.
Taking that carry for the Thunder was number 42, Sean Daddy.
He played running back for them last year too, I was told. So,
I believe so. And I think he was formerly part of the Bears system. I think he actually
was. Yes, his brother was a running back.
And Corwin lets this one fly, looking for Moody. Falls incomplete though, and that'll bring up a 3rd and long. as we'll see how Corwin handles his first 3rd and long of the quarter.
3rd and long. Be interesting to see what the quarterback Tommy Corwin can pull out here. Plenty of talent in his receiving core, so yeah, and a big arm from what I've been told.
And a lot of speed to use it. Let's see if he tries to hit Snow College's Tristan back on this 3rd down conversion. Roll out for Corwin. Corwin, he looks for Moody. He's got Moody,
play.
and Moody uses some footwork to confirm the 1st down. They get it done on 3rd and long.
Yeah, and look, the corner was playing off him as you would. They really should have made that tackle. They had him there, but I'm sure the Stingrays will bounce back.
Tackle eventually made there from a man we both know, Jared Dean.
Ooh.
Played at safety under in the Junior Queensland 2013. Correct. Coached him at defensive back.
Yep.
Good to see him back in the game. Corwin checking at the line. Daddy in the backfield with him. He steps up in the pocket, pressures there.
Ooh.
Was looking for number 6.
I think you heard some footsteps there, mate.
Chris Pope over the middle. It was a tight throw, but the needle was threaded. Falls off the hands though.
Chris Pope's got some pace. I think he was a bit worried. You know, you've got Damo there and exposed ribs. Those two don't go very well together.
Well, it's important to know. I mean, I think if that was a player who'd played against Damo before, maybe that's in their mind. And this is Moody and Pope's first exposure to the one of the GQ's famous
I'm sure
hard
they'll
hitters.
get well acquainted at some point during this game.
Don't doubt it. It's interesting though. He's not on his usual free safety position. They're playing him pretty much as a linebacker.
Yeah.
Damo, there he is. No.
Oh.
It was a bit of a read option, caught us by surprise, and they actually got some yardage up the middle. On the run there is Corwin keeping the ball.
Yep, you know it's a good fake when the commentators can't tell where it's gone. So we don't have people in front of us telling us what's people trying to block us either.
All right, well they completed a 3rd and 10 earlier to keep the drive alive. This one's much shorter, 3rd and 4. They get the hurry up call. Corwin doesn't have a lot of time. He's going to have to get the snap off. He does so. Corwin looking left and throwing left. He's got the sideline throw there to Moody. And it looks like they've moved the chains once more.
Yeah, look, it's an impressive drive and methodical too. And that's a sign of a good, disciplined team. So good start to the game for the Thunder offense.
Well, there might be some key personnel from previous years not going. Defense structure looks very much the same. They're still living and dying by a lot of zone, and particularly cover 4, where it really forces you to take the short and outside. And that's exactly what they did there to convert.
Looks like 2 and 3 and 4, and they really need to get a little bit more penetration from these D linemen. Here we go.
First down, it's a run by Daddy. Daddy's found some space. He keeps climbing the staircase. What a run here by Daddy. Daddy might be in. It looks like he's
out on the 2.
Just out, I think you're right. But still, what a run there by the Griffith Uni running back.
Good reads, way to follow his blockers. You know, that's the way. Go to the outside, get around him, and use that speed that he's got.
Well, let's see if the Stingrays staunch up here.
You can see there too, it seemed like the linebackers kind of waited for him to approach. They didn't continue going through the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. Well, first and, well, it's quite well short actually. It's probably closer to 5 yards, 4.5 I'd say. Knocking on the door though, an impressive drive to open this game for the Thunder. Corwin looking back at the end zone. Incomplete pass intended there to Pope on the corner. A bit too long.
A little bit too much herbs. But I think he had the right idea there, and he'll certainly open. Whether he overthrew it a little bit or whether Chris Pope just slowed down a bit. Maybe he lost sight a bit in the lights there.
I think it might be the blitz that affected the throw. You saw Corwin having the throw with his back foot there, which probably added a bit too much loft on the pass because Pope is open.
Still plenty of place.
Confirmation, the 20-2 was the final score in the Toowoomba Colts game earlier this afternoon. Back here in the red zone, Corwin.
Open, touchdown.
Open. That is Chris Pope, standing at 6 foot, 175 pounds, out of Mayville State. The Thunder, they're the first team on the board here in week 3.
Yeah, that was a great pass too, Kenny. And to be fair, there was no one within 10 yards of him. I'm not sure how they kind of got that, whether it was just speed or a bit of misdirection, but he comes in looking for the run or something. Yeah, look, it was a cross.
Yeah.
So that cross really got those two corners on that left, the Stingrays' right-hand side confused.
They're going for the PAT. The kick is up, and the kick is good by Caio Silva. And back on that play, you said they got caught up in the zone here. Well, it looks like they were playing quarters. Am I right there?
Yeah, and
we see
no one peeled out. They just let him go out untouched. And from what we've seen of Leon Moody, he's not going to miss many where they hit him in the breadbasket too. So again, I think we're both impressed by the start from the Thunder. But again, you can't rule the Stingrays out. I'm sure they'll be right back in this game very shortly. Doesn't take much for them to open up the game.
Well, the question will be how much Langston Tongakilo wants to open up the game. I was speaking to him during the week, and he said he threw 4 touchdowns, and you'd think that's a pretty good debut as a quarterback, but he said the receivers are getting open. It's on me to hit them.
Well, and it's good for a QB to actually say that, because they don't often admit defeat themselves. They'll often say the receivers aren't getting open, so the receivers say the opposite, as you might be aware.
Well, for a bloke who's never played quarterback and only had 2 practices, I think he probably assessed the situation pretty good.
A lot of chirpy receivers, and it looks like they're going to leave it.
And a flag's been thrown all the way back where the ball was kicked. And we're already seeing some attitude being thrown. That ball bounced underneath returner.
The Thunder are saying that he may have touched this, but look, it's hard to judge from that. I think it's gone straight through.
Maurice Perkins, he's a pretty honest bloke. Let's see if we get it on this shot.
Look, if he has touched it, you might as well give him an Oscar, because he's a good actor. He acted like nothing happened whatsoever.
Take it is. Corey Jones was in pursuit as well. Starting DBs for tonight for the Thunder. Well, the 2 corners are flanked by the Jonesy twins, Mike and Corey.
2 guys that I played a lot of football against. I haven't heard much from them tonight, but if you're out on the field, I'm sure you'll hear a lot of talk. Defense hasn't been out there too long, but both very good players and very good competitors. So I remember whenever you come up against them, you're always in for a game, and it was always enjoyable.
Yeah. Not wrong. And obviously, for those who were tuning in last week and AGL games and Sun Bowls, you might have heard Mike Jones be my commentary partner in crime of games past. He's a good bloke, Mike Jones. Corey as well.
Yeah, so my brother Liam plays on this team, and without having played with them myself, I asked the question as to what they were like, and he really likes them too. Said they're really good guys, so and very good players too.
Let's see how the Stingrays handle this. They have still got possession. Though I didn't get the assessment of the flag, actually. And it looks like a false start by number 68 on these Stingrays. That is Jesse Sharp. That'll have him halving the distance to the goal line.
And not what they needed so close to the goal line either. It's going to make things difficult to get out of that deep in their own territory. So a bit of punching up the middle is what we're going to see here, I think, Ken.
Well, what's interesting, it looks like starting centre Dale Stanley is getting some attention here, so they might actually have a new centre in.
And early in the game too, so he's got to adjust, and he's got to adjust quickly.
Fortunately for them, it could be the veteran Mark McIntyre. It is, so don't lose a whole lot there. And this
was to no one.
This first pass from Tongakilo hits nothing but green grass. And that
looks like the receivers got that one incorrect there, which, yeah, it's again not a good way to start the game.
Let's see if Tongakilo can find rhythm here on 2nd down. Close to being intercepted, in fact, by Mike Jones.
He got very close to it. He got very, very close to it on that occasion.
Second and long, ball on the 5-yard line.
Up the middle.
James Taylor taking the carry. Doesn't find a whole lot of space though.
Number 23. He's a big guy.
James Taylor, indeed.
That's what they're going to need, power up the middle here in this part of the game. But third and long, look, if this was me, I'd be just trying again, punch it up the middle, get a few more yards, and then
Safe for punt.
Safe for the punt.
Yeah, it's,
especially with the new centre there, you don't want to be turning it over because you're under pressure.
Fortunately, it's Mark McIntyre, who's, as I said, he would come out of retirement. He's a legend at the club. I don't know how rusty he is, you know.
Won't take him long to get back into it.
I don't think at all. Tonga Kilo alone in the backfield. Nope, check that. He's got...
He's going himself.
Taylor, they're just going to let him use, let him use
well
athleticism. And he's caught up on the flat, and that is well short of the first down. That'll bring up fourth down.
Looks like Sam Leota's made that one.
He did manage to pick up a few yards, sort of take a little less pressure off the punt. Brucey again.
Yes. Good read. Stayed outside the man.
Well, that's a defensive tackle getting to the flat and making that play. As a big guy, it's easy to say that my job's to block up the middle, but those special ones, they're the ones who can get to sideline and chase down from the backside.
Oh, 100%, Ken. And look, everything we've seen from the Thunder has been pretty impressive so far.
Back to punt is Jackson Walters. Good snap. Punt is up. It's high, not all that long though. And this will bounce. It'll stop around the 40. They're going to try and return this. I don't know.
Oh, here we go. We don't want to see this, guys.
And, well, that is...
Flags thrown.
That is an experienced guy. In fact, it's effectively there. Starting...
Looks like they're all walking in there.
Is their DC, Garrett Griffith there, one of the most experienced guys, maybe not in GQ, but in football on the team. We've got an interview of him at halftime. What he probably thought is that everyone was coming down to a standstill, so he's like, I'm going to try and return this while people are coming to a lull. I've seen that happen before. But
risky, and it didn't affect him. He picked it up and took the tackle and took exception to the way he was tackled, but it's a bit of a tough call. I mean, he's the one who picked it up. That he was
exactly.
The Stingrays thought he was going to leave it, so let's see what the ref's going to call on this one.
I don't understand how you can take exception to that. I mean,
neither do I.
Someone's going to make a tackle, right?
Yeah.
We'll see if we can catch what happens at the point of attack here.
There was plenty of Stingrays around it though, so it's not like everyone gave up on the play. That he was looking straight at a guy, so he's pushed him.
But still, I mean, maybe he's angry about going ahead. That's big Mark McIntyre coming to make a tackle.
Yeah.
That's a 130 kilo dude.
Yeah, it's got to be. You got to have discipline in that kind of. You've just had a good drive, a good defensive drive, and
you're going to be unnecessary roughness against the Thunder, which I think you and I probably agree is the case.
Yep.
But I think we might see offsetting penalty here for all the argy-bargy that happened afterwards. Someone is ejected. We obviously didn't get the number. We'll try to get the... I'll see if our man Connor Brewster can get some comms going with the referee to see...
I haven't seen anyone leave the field yet.
And, well, someone's got ejected, and we've got to try and...
I mean, it didn't seem that rough enough to potentially eject a player, but good to set the tone early from a discipline point of view.
I'm trying to figure out who might be taking off a jersey. I'm looking on the far sideline, and would it be Griffith? Because the moment a punch is thrown is an automatic ejection. And if they've deemed a punch has been thrown...
I'm wondering if it was less a punch and more a push. But
push, Well, we've seen it in the NRL as well.
Just don't do it and you won't... There's no misconception. Hopefully we can find out a little bit later and get some clarification on the player that was ejected.
Well, looks like it was offsetting penalties, but with the player ejected, and we're just trying to get out who that was.
Thunder are lining up, 2 wide right, 1 in the backfield out of shotgun.
All right, first down. Corwin assessing the defense. Is a quick rush by Malloy off the edge. Corwin gets it over the middle. He was looking for Corkett, and it's incomplete.
Got another flag.
Late flag. And I wonder if it's pass interference on number 18 there, Luke Mitchell. How quickly did Malloy get off the edge, though?
Dangerous, and if he keeps getting through that quickly, and if he makes contact, you might see the Thunder keep their back in the backfield to potentially slow him down a little bit. But at this stage, he's peeling out almost every play that he's not running the ball as a fourth receiving option. And he's quick as well, and he's running good lines.
And it looks like we had too many players on the field. By
Both teams.
both teams?
Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen that in my life.
Ken, it's week 3. They're still adjusting. They'll get there. You want to...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, 11. It seems like there's 11 for the Stingrays. So,
Well, it's week 3 for the referees as well.
yeah,
So.
that's true. Second down and 10. Corwin, 4 wide receivers, throwing left.
Open.
He
Good
hits
move.
Tristan back.
He's going to be just short, I think. About 4 yards.
I think you're right. Tristan Back, who was obviously part of the Wildcats team last year, was picked up by Snow College, a junior college there, and he went over for the summer. And actually, they advised him that he is was going to be, I think, grey-shirted or red-shirted. So they said he can actually come back to Australia and play a year here and return back afterwards. So he's taken that opportunity, and thankfully to Tommy Corwin and the Thunder, he can play for them.
Good pickup as well, especially with the arm of Tommy. And this guy's getting open often.
Corwin throwing long.
Oh, and the receiver's tripped.
Incomplete. Bit of incidental contact. And that falls incomplete. That was on third down. That'll bring up fourth. And it looks like they're sending the punt team on here. They're going to try and play field position. But, Sean, this is awfully fishy of fake territory.
Well, let's see how brave they are. It takes a brave person to do it, but you're not going to lose much if you hand the ball over here. And their defence has shown that they're quite capable of just keeping them to one set of down.
I think you're right. And I think if there were punts here,
he's set up quite deep for a fake, though. I think he might be just trying to get some distance to put this one in the corner.
Oh, it looks like it's Robbie Corkett ready to kick this away. It's another high punt. They're going to try and pin him in the corner. It takes a friendly bounce, though. It's still rolling towards the Stingrays' goal line. Let's see if any drama arises from this. Almost. Doesn't seem to be the case. And the Stingrays will take over.
Always wary with a bouncing ball and players standing around it, many of times I've seen it kind of make contact and then become a live ball and get picked up. So,
well, how many times do we hear it all across different fields, whether it's poison, Peter, dynamite,
Every team's got a different word for it.
It's get away from the football.
And then there's the joker that likes to run up close to it and scare his coach.
And then you've got the other joker who from the opposite team will push him into the ball.
Yeah, look, I would do it to my old coach Peter Farah, just to potentially try and induce a heart attack.
You were a pest though. Here goes James Taylor with a nice cut to grab a couple of yards on first down.
I think this is where they're going to have to settle into this game, is just pound it up the middle, get some good confidence, some drive, and then they can start to work themselves in the game. We know that Lance can throw the ball. It's just a matter of potentially getting his line some confidence, I think.
The question as well is, can he throw the ball? How can he throw the ball? Can he throw the intermediate pass? Can he only have the shorts, or is he only going to bomb it long? That was a good jump there from the Thunder, and wide right. Looking for Dylan Napier on that play. Caught 2 touchdowns last week. Can't pick up his first reception that time.
It was there too, Ken. It was there. And as we were saying, I really think just running this ball for a little while just to get some confidence, but might just be a bit of a slow start for Lance Tongakilo.
Well, there's going to be a lot of pressure, and we spoke about him earlier. James Taylor, the running back, number 23, a big back, really a bruiser, was a great compliment to Ben Kari last year. But with Kari gone, he really is the main guy here. They haven't got a whole lot of compliment guys to bounce
here we
off
go.
him. Look at him go, though. Maybe he doesn't need him, because look at James Taylor rumble.
Great run. Great run.
His team loved that. Jeez, he was shot out of a cannon.
And they've got some big guys on the line, and I really think this is. I said it before, and this is what we're going to see from them. I think maybe Lance is just having an off night, but that was a good run, and he's a big back and a very good one at that. So
Well, I think you've got to.
if it works, keep doing it.
You've got to call a spade a spade. At the end of the day, Lance Tonkillo is not a quarterback. He's an athlete. As we see James Taylor finding more momentum, taking that down that time by one of the linebackers, number 46, or maybe it was 48, Drew Robson. His red numbers on the black outline, not the easiest to see.
They do make it a bit hard.
That'll make a much more manageable second down. It really opens up the playbook for him.
Let's see what they've got here.
Second down, just under 5. As we come towards the end of the first quarter, Tonkillo slings it to the left flat, falls incomplete.
The Stingrays O-line seem to be doing a good job of giving him some time. He seems to be releasing it a little bit early. There was no one within a few yards of him, so he still had some time there. The guys had him under control, so coach probably needs to get in his ear and just ask him to settle down a little bit. It's a tough ask for a guy, as he said.
Well, unfortunately,
not a recognised quarterback.
He's also the coach, so he needs to get in his own ear. He
Makes it even tougher then.
might have caught him offside. Yes, he might have. He's gone long, looking for Paludin. Paludin reaches up for it. Might have been interfered with. No flags in the realm of pass interference, but there is one back near the line of scrimmage.
False start. Potentially, he might have just been over the line.
Well, you'd imagine if it was false start, they would have blown that play down.
Yeah, I think I saw the D lineman just jump. His helmet might have just crossed that plane.
Let's see, this will be a good angle.
There it is.
Yeah.
Just.
So they had a free play there, and they tried to capitalise. I think they're actually pretty lucky not to have pass interference on that play.
They were. I think they were too. And as soon as I saw the flag go out of the corner of my eye, I thought that's what he was doing. But he's a bit far away to be calling something like that.
Well, still gets them a first down there with that 5-yard penalty. 1st and 10 now. They got a bit of a drive going now. Tonkillo, pump fakes, looking, picked off by Corey Jones. Corey Jones has got the sideline. He's got a head of speed going and is eventually taken down by the man who threw the pass. Let's Tonkillo, but the Thunder sideline.
There's a flag on the play.
Flags are on the play. Whether that was, I think that might have been post-intercept though, so it looks like the Thunder will keep possession.
Good read.
Well, Corey did not fall for the pump fake.
You saw a nice down block there too. Looks like it was Phil Carr, I believe, who made that block.
The veterans.
So here he goes, and the flag's been called as a block on the back.
Block on the back against the Thunder. Post intercept. So the Thunder will regain possession, but most of Corey Jones, actually all of Corey Jones' return will be negated. And did a good job there staying underneath the coverage. Obviously he knew he had safety help. And he
Lance saw it coming and got across there to make that tackle too.
Nothing like corner having a bit of respect for his safety, allowing him to play aggressive underneath.
Good hands for a corner too.
It's almost like he played former wide receiver. Corwin looking to the sideline. He's put it in the air for Moody. Moody tries to reel it in with some acrobatics, but it falls incomplete. Overshot by Corwin.
Number 12 for the Stingrays was had him well covered the whole way up the field. It was great work by number 12, the corner. Plenty of pace on both sides of the ball for both teams too out wide. So I think we are going to see a big touchdown in this game. I've got a feeling.
Thunder look like they'll be the team to do it so far.
Yeah.
And Corwin, shotgun. He's under pressure. It's a draw. Daddy's taken down hard. That play doesn't work. Courtesy of number 77, Brady Hodge.
That was well covered the whole way. But yeah, someone's got to take the hit, and it's not going to be the quarterback.
Well, they just didn't really fool anyone, did they, Hodge?
No.
He got in so early that he kind of had the option to do both, didn't he?
Yeah.
Take the quarterback or take the draw man.
Half a second more, and quarterback would have been flat on his back as well. So,
yeah, the ones as a running back, your eyes widen and you just accept that you're going to have to take this one.
Yep, plenty of times for me, mate, and plenty of bruises on the elbows trying to wrap that ball up. 5 wide too.
Spreading it out. This could be a delay of game. Yes, it is. Back judge, Andrew Stock, says they took too long. Corwin's got his hands in the air saying that he didn't get a warning. He's not happy with that. So they'll move back 5. This 3rd and long just became 3rd and longer.
3rd and very long now. 5 receivers out again, I'd say. They're going to run the same play.
I'm intrigued. Number 12, the corner. I haven't got him on any of my team lists here. I'm thinking he possibly could be a Colt playing up.
He's doing a good job, yeah, and that's what the development of your junior players is probably the cornerstone of
Here we
what you
go.
want from the club.
Moody on the screenplay gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Oh,
He's still fighting for yardage. He might have got there.
Over. He's made it.
Wow.
Well done.
Let's see where they call the forward progress being stopped. But he looks like, yes, he has moved the chains.
Chains are moving.
That was all Moody. Wow.
And breaking tackles too. So it doesn't look like a powerful guy, fast, but sometimes speed makes power, you know.
Indeed, it's part of the equation. As much as I want to give love to the offensive line, there, Moody did a lot of that on his own.
Yeah, they went downfield there with him, and his other fellow wide receivers just got in the way enough for him to be able to make that play, and much needed too. They were in a bit of trouble.
Well, the chains have moved, and it looks like we've reached the end of the first quarter. Actually, the sides have swapped sides here, so that's the end of the first here in Nerang, where the Thunder, they lead 7-0 over the home side, the Gold Coast Stingrays. And a shout out to our major sponsor, Impact Sports, your leading shot provider in Queensland. The contact details will be provided on the screen as we progress through tonight.
A lot of talk on social media throughout the last couple of weeks, Ken. Kind of wondering where the Stingrays are sitting on, I guess, everyone's radar to go win another Sun Bowl. So this is a good test for both teams. So we'll see where they're at.
It was a real placemaker of a game. Corwin rolled out to his left, was looking this time, I think, for Chris Pope.
I thought he threw that to Phil on the sideline for the Thunder there.
Could have been. I'm just looking at one of the single-digit numbers there, but yeah, it was overthrown regardless. And you're right about this game being a bit of a placemaker between the Stingrays, who are used to being a top spot. Well, let's not forget the Stingrays won the Sun Bowl from 4th position last year.
They did, and they came from behind, I believe, too. So. And wasn't that a cracker of a game? I watched the stream in which you were commentating and thoroughly enjoyed it.
Absolutely one of the most amazing, possibly the most amazing game I've ever called. This pass is complete. I think that's the cork it. He fights for a first down. A great job after the catch there from Robbie Corkett.
Great reflexes to pluck that out of the air too. He caught it, got it straight into the breadbasket and then went forward. So
there might have actually been Tristan back. Robbie Corkett's near side wide receiver.
Brings up first down as well.
And we've also got
Thunder again just moving the chains.
And he's 6. I think they've got an 86 on the field. Who's another guy I haven't got on my team list. We will assess that as we go. First down and 10. Griffith Uni. Corwin with a deep drop, forced to roll again. He's looking deep though. Now he's going to try and buy some time. Corwin with the wheels. I've never seen him run so fast. What a pickup.
First down
for Corwin.
I was kind of wondering 2 plays before he rolled out and he missed through that pass, but with the pace he's got and the space that he had, I think we're going to see him tuck this ball more often. He hasn't shown it much in this first bit, but
I'll be honest,
he's certainly got a weapon there that he's maybe not utilising as much as he could.
Well, I'll be honest, I've called games of the Wildcats and AGL with Tommy Corwin, and I know he's not a pure pocket guy, but I definitely didn't think he had wheels like that.
Bit of work in the off-season certainly helps.
Indeed. 1st and 10 after the Tommy Corwin pick up on the ground. Corwin doesn't like what he sees. He calls a timeout. He's pointing at something down the back there. Didn't like something. He pointed all the way to the back, trying to figure out what bothered him.
Nice and ready.
But hasn't tried to take up anything with the referees. So that's a timeout to the Thunder, and we might take another thank you to our major sponsors for this week, Impact Sports, the only authorised Australian shot sports supplier. Contact sales at impactsportsaus.com. Richard Gill will hook you up.
Ken, I remember getting my first shut helmet. I was given an old Rydell helmet where the padding on the inside, I believe, was filled with cement. That's how hard it was. And then I got this shut helmet, and it was full of gel and
felt like pillows.
God,
mate.
it was a dream. You could almost sleep in it, Ken.
I bet you did. See this Thunder team, they're up 7-0 at the start of the second quarter.
I think the Stingrays will be very pleased with this timeout because the amount of work that this defence has had to do early on in the game, timeout's certainly a welcome relief for the guys.
Corwin, one of the guys. Not everyone in Gridiron, Queensland is given permission from their coaches to call timeouts. Obviously in the NFL, college, we see it all the time.
Yeah.
Often timeouts are called by the sideline here in GQ, but Corwin obviously has enough respect to do it himself. Climbs the pocket, hit as he throws, and that falls incomplete on 1st down. Damien Malloy's wanting a flag. He's having a chat to Tim. He's not going to get it.
And brave to kind of go that deep into it too. Plenty of guys around. The line gave him enough time, really. You know, if I'm at the offensive line, I'm happy with that amount of time and the pocket they created too. So you'd be hoping to get some separation with your receivers and your corners if there's nothing there for him. So maybe he needs to get in the ears of his guys and just talk to them. And if there's nothing, if they're being covered, just stop and turn around and he'll find them.
They've passed the majority of their time on offense as players blind dead. Corwin's getting frustrated. And I was just about to say, they haven't run the ball a whole lot. I can recount maybe, 3 running plays that started as running plays. Obviously, the Corwin scramble was in there. But they've been close to, 70-80% pass on the offensive side of the ball so far?
Definitely, and they haven't had much success when they have run the ball exclusively with the running back. So
he did have that one strong run that almost got him for a score.
And the games I watched last year, that was a big part of their game. And to be fair, they didn't have Tommy Corwin at the time, and he's a quality quarterback. So you've used what you've got.
Malloy with another good jump.
Speak of the devil,
you're right. Here goes Daddy. Daddy shot out of a cannon. He's still going. Breaking tackles.
Oh.
Can he get the edge?
It was a good run, and he's hit the sideline there. So,
and a lot of the Stingrays not happy with Somi. I think they claim they saw some blocks going on in the back.
look, I think they might have potentially been talking about a false start or something, but I think both teams were guilty. No, that's not what. It looked a bit quicker than that when I saw it in the first incident, but you know, nonetheless, no flag. Play stands. Got to move on with it.
Jeez, he's got some real quickness, Daddy. First down, Corwin. 5-step drop out of the shotgun. He throws it to Daddy in the flat. He's got a block from Corkett. He's fighting for a touchdown. Will be taken out about 2, maybe 3 yards out from the goal line. He's starting to fire up as they enter Stingrays territory.
Really tough blocking by Robbie Corkett too. I think he should have made a decision, just gone. But Sean Daddy, more yards for him.
Indeed. That time getting involved in the passing game. And he's that type of like scat back. He reminds me of, to make an NFL comparison, maybe of someone like Alvin Kamara.
And he runs that sweeping receiving play very well. Gets good depth from the first step, so you see him open his hips right up, get nice and deep to allow him to get some time to turn his head.
First down and goal. Over the middle, cook it. Has he got it? Has he used the ground? The ground assisted in that catch, incomplete.
Damo's getting a bit fired up in the background here.
Well, let's see. Damian Malloy's been getting off the edge real fast all game. He throws a tackle down to the ground.
Yeah, Jacob Sneddon caught the end of that one.
Damian Malloy's smaller than that entire offensive line. Yet look at the power here to take one down.
Bit of jersey grabbing there from both of them.
So Malloy, usually a safety, an Australian safety, now being used as a rush end. He's in the backfield again. He was under pressure that time. Malloy keeps calling, holding. This time,
Damian's getting
brushes
very
that off
frustrated.
literally.
I think looks like he's coming off.
Coach
has noticed that he's getting a bit hot under the collar and doesn't want to give anything away there.
Well, he was convinced that was a hold. And then Malloy there, he upset that Tim touched him, because obviously if a player touches an official, it's a big deal.
Yeah, we know that. I think we've seen players cop flags for those. So, look, I don't think he meant anything by it, but rules are rules, Ken.
Third down and goal. Thunder an attack. They're looking for the corner. They have almost got it, almost intercepted. Now he's got it on the ground.
Touchdown.
This is insane. What a passage of play right there. I think, was that flag penalty markers down anywhere?
I'm pretty sure about 4 people touched that, Ken.
Corn's throwing that off his back foot. It should have been caught there. Then it went into it hit about 2 other Stingrays and eventually lands in the man on the back. And now the Stingrays, looks like they get a call. There are penalty markers down. I can see them now.
Damian's still unhappy on the sideline.
And
Let's wait and see what this call is. I'm still a bit unsure. What are we? First down?
And it is against the Thunder. So obviously that takes the touchdown off the board. It'll be third down once more. As we hear they've been doing an all-day call, as you'd expect at any football field, no matter the code.
Bit late in the game. I like to get it done within the first minute, you know. So, and there was opportunities there. So,
well, it's third and goal, but the ball is all the way back at the 14-yard line. Third and goal. A rush here from the Rays. Corwin gets the ball out, almost intercepted there by over the middle.
Dropped by number 26 for the Stingrays before he could get that. That's
Blake Hatchman.
Blake Hatchman.
And that'll bring up fourth down. Let's see if the Thunder try to take a field goal here, and to call it instinct. If they go for a field goal, I'm feeling a block might be on. Oh,
Mike Jones is on for the Thunder.
they are going for a field goal here. They send a rush as they would. The kick is up. It looks like it is wide left. 0 points for the Thunder on this drive. That got them as close as 3 yards out. Despite all the drama, the Stingrays hold firm and they deny the Thunder of any points on that drive, Sean.
Well, Stingrays are starting to show a bit of passion and a bit of aggression here, so could bring out the best of them too. Offense hasn't clicked as yet, but no better opportunity than the present. I'm still unsure as to why they called back that touchdown. Did you get a read on that?
Didn't get a call on that at all. I didn't see it. It would have had to be something. Maybe I'm assuming it must have been holding in the line of scrimmage. Maybe the Stingrays finally got the holding call they were looking for.
And look, from what I was seeing from I think it was 75 Jacob Sneddon, there was a little bit of it there, but got away with it a couple of times.
JT got a good run. Cheese is looking good in the second quarter. So we take under 10 minutes in the second.
it's going to be a slog for him too, because as you said, he's the only recognised tailback sitting there with the Stingrays.
Yeah, my guess is the relief back might be Ben O'Connor, who was on the Ravens roster till days before week 1. Ended up playing for the Stingrays in week 1. James Taylor again. Look, I'll tell you what, James Taylor, as he keeps trucking forward, the O-line moves with him. They're finding momentum on the ground. The Thunder suggests they've stripped it, but whistles were blown. That would have been Corey Jones with his second turnover of the day.
Forward movement had ceased there. Well and truly, I believe.
But look, the Stingrays, they can run almost any blocking system you want, but they still love setting the tone with that inside zone. For a big guy, he can still stick that foot in the dirt and get upfield real quick off that first read.
Look, on that run, he didn't get the opportunity, but I think we'll see it. It's just a matter of getting those guys to open it up for him.
Well, another first down from JT keeps this drive edging closer to halfway. They go to him again. Is this a new back? Actually, it is a new back. It's the number 39. I'll need to suss out.
Number 12 for the Thunder, Julius Trago, I believe his name is. He seems to be rushing straight into the D-line and not making his reads and seeing if it's a run and then attacking. So,
well, you got to wonder, is it
potentially they're sending him on a blitz, but it just seems like he's making a misread there, which is allowing the running backs to get that 2-3 yards off every run.
Towards the edge. Second down. They've got 4 on the mark here. They don't think that's right. Tonga Kilo with a speed option out to the right. He'll grab a couple yards there as well. He's contributing to the running game now. That might be the way to use him tonight, Tonga Kilo. As much as he probably wants to throw the ball, with the way JT's running and the success they're finding there, he might just want to be the alternate runner to that.
Yeah, just run some options like they did just there. And they've got 2 threats. 2 athletes, 2 threats who can make those few yards, and you only need to make 3 yards every time and you'll end up in the end zone eventually.
And that's one question as well. The number 12, who I didn't have my roster earlier, that's actually William Mahe. Clearly something wrong with the 29 jersey he usually wears. They go short here on third down and they convert. Just more power on the ground.
Stingrays line showing little signs of slowing down with it too. Really getting good push on that line.
And I think after week 1, the Stingrays offensive line is coached by Adam Bolton, I might add, who's one of the proudest offensive linemen and lineman coaches in the nation. That would have been a slap in the face of them. They're not used to getting pushed around like they did in week 1, and you can tell the way they're reacting right now. They're resetting a tone.
A point to prove.
James Taylor on a bit of a trap play there.
Back into the game. So it looks like they're trying to sub him off well, give him a breather, because they're going to have to rely on his performance tonight.
A couple of pulling guards on the right side there. I'll bring up second down. And the way they're running, well, we talk about giving Tonga Kilo opportunities to pass the ball. Surely something like play action is available to them if they keep running the ball like this.
And they're biting too, the Thunder. They're starting to get up nice and tight. There's not many people back.
Third down, Tonga Kilo. He will pass without play action. Looking over the middle, almost intercepted by Griffith. And that'll bring up third down.
It was an interesting time to choose to throw, I think, on second down. Potentially another run, get yourself closer. Hit a slant in that middle there.
So you see the crowd here at Narang. Plenty of people have stayed. It's been a big day, 4 games. This is the 4th of 4. And plenty of people still sticking around.
Ooh.
On third, Tonga Kilo out of pressure, rolls out to the right, launches a bomb, and it's caught by Napier. He climbs the ladder and gets up there. Great job there by Dylan Napier.
Great catch with 3 Griffith DBs around him. Looks like there is a flag on the play in the background here,
which
probably is offside. Yep. And I'd say they're going to decline that one.
I think they've got him there. It might have been Brody Weef or maybe even Kai Silver there. One of the big guys.
Big yards by the Stingrays. They're in the red zone.
Timeout being taken out by the Thunder here. And I think they need that after that big play there. They need to regroup and try to set up for a goal line stand.
Time to reset, I think. the defense isn't holding up to that run very well, and then they've just hit that big pass, which was thrown where it needed to be thrown, but they had plenty of guys around it. Really should have been either swallowed up, or they should have made contact with that receiver as he's catching that ball and stopped him from bringing it in.
I think we also just saw the arm strength of Lance Stingrays there. Again, not a quarterback, but he's a strong dude. And he did not have to put a whole lot of height in that pass to get that ball down there.
Looked like he was just flinging a tennis ball.
You might need gear if you're gearing up to play in 2018 or 19. Check out Impact Sports. You can contact them at sales@impactsportsaus.com. So we come back from this timeout. The Thunder now hoping to protect this 7-point lead. At one point, they looked like they were going to add to that, and it would have been a 14-point game, but the Stingrays held strong. The Thunder defense hoping to emulate here on the other side of the field. Tonga Kilo, he'll give to Taylor. Taylor has to jump cut and get forward. He does so. And he picks up a tough 2 yards.
I think we're starting to see a bit of continuity here from the Stingrays, which is starting to help. They're getting a drive set. They're in the right zone, so still a one-score game. I watched the Stingrays' first game against the Ravens, and it was hard to get a read on what they were doing. I was trying to do a bit of research per se for this game, and it was tough. But this has given us an opportunity to see what they're doing.
Well, they had to make some readjustments again. Once again, usual quarterback who throughout the preseason was John Kari, who they've been grooming for years now. He went down with an injury against the Ravens. He's week to week with a hamstring, and now they've had to go to plan B, which admittedly Lance and Hilly, they realised they didn't really have a plan B going into the season, and they probably realised that was a mistake they have to learn from now as far as their coaching career goes. And
well, talking about plan B, it looks like Lance had to go to plan B there where the running back didn't come to the right side. So
third down now. Let's see what they've got.
Number 34, he's either having trouble getting up or he's hurt. Looks like he's up now and getting around.
Keep standing. Jaden Paludin's going to cycle this play in. Paludin, who I have a complete admiration for, he's a Colt receiver playing up into seniors. In week one, did that exact thing, but then ended up having to play quarterback, and he wasn't even asked to. They said, who can throw the ball? He stuck his hand up. He said, I can throw the ball. Throw me in there. Yep. As we see a timeout now taken to the Stingrays. They don't like what they see.
Yeah, look, as a kid, about 16, I played up into seniors too, and really enjoyed it. So it's a good opportunity for the young guys if they're used appropriately. And look, if you're good enough, you're old enough.
That's what they say. But for a youngin to not even be asked, to stick his hand up and say, throw me in there, I can throw the football.
Yeah, look.
Especially with the pass rush that was coming him at in week one. But enough looking into the past. Let's talk about the future. Week 4. Of course, the GQTV is going on again. We're at Franklin Oval, though, starting at 4 p.m. in the women's division. Once more, the Raptors, they'll make their live stream debut. They'll be taking on the Gold Coast Stingrays, who are on today, losing to the Ravens 22-12. And at 6:30, we will see the Brisbane Rhinos taking on the Gold Coast Stingrays. Another titanic matchup.
A big one. Rhinos look fantastic. I watched their second game, and look, they're a powerhouse this season. I think they're everyone's number one at this stage.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's hard not to put them at number one, isn't it? Third and about 6 or 7. They can still get a first down without getting a touchdown. Tonga Kilo looking to the left, assessing situation, says he's ready. Pump fake left, he'll throw to the back of the end zone. What a grab there by Paludin, the man we were just talking about, the Colt receiver playing up here in seniors. He gets a screamer of a grab in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, he'll be feeling good about that too, because he's backing away from it. It's difficult. It's a difficult catch to make because you've got to make sure you're staying in the end zone, well and truly in the end zone. They're caught. Nothing wrong with that. One of the Thunder DBs was kind of not really sure what he's trying to get at there. That was well and truly within within the end zone.
So much of that sort of throw, catch, and defense is understanding the awareness of the field, right? Being self-aware of yourself on the field and knowing what's out of bounds, if you're out of bounds, to make it plainer there. Pollutin used every inch he could of that field to get that touchdown.
Not easy for the DBs too, because they've got to make sure they're not going in there and just absolutely cleaning up and getting a pass interference there.
Reese Perkins puts his PAT attempt up and true, and we have a tied ball game here in the second quarter in Nerang. A 7-all after Jaden Pollutin catches a Lance Tonga Kilo pass and puts his team back level with the visitors.
I think that that last defensive drive from the Stingrays really fired them up, Ken. They were a bit aggressive and they showed what they can do, and they shut them out and took the ball and took it down the field. So their coaches must be happy with that.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, mate, but in my opinion, the Stingrays are probably, and particularly in the men's division, are one of the only teams that probably get stronger from penalties against them.
They do. They get a bee in their bonnet and they take it out on their opposition more often than not.
I can't count how many times I've seen a team march down on the Stingrays with penalties against the Rays, only for the Rays to create a big play, turn the ball over, go back and score. It's uncanny how this club has that ability.
And I think it just comes in belief, they're a confident club. They're used to winning. They don't like losing. It becomes a habit, as losing becomes a habit, so does winning, and you just get used to it. And they just always seem to find a way.
Well, it's interesting, that confidence that the Thunder might have found in that first drive. I wonder if it's at all wavering here with the momentum back in the favour of the Colombian Blue. And this is an awkward one. He's got to return this now. This will be awkward. Returning it now, can't make out the number. It is a hard hit there from William Mahe.
Oh, a bit of a push there too.
He cleans him up on special teams, becoming a real maven on the Gold Coast Stingrays special teams, William Mahe.
Yeah, look, that was always probably the thing I hated doing most. And I was never a returner, even though I was a running back. I just hated kind of getting in that position where one touch causes so much stress.
So much drama. Well, the momentum continues to favour the Stingrays. They've now got good defensive field position over the Thunder. Ball is on the 16-17. First and 10. Tommy Corbin's back. He wants to throw left. He'll go to the flat. Complete. And for a first down, good run after the catch.
He's gone.
And here we go. Here goes Pope. Pope chased down from behind. But a great play. Almost all of it run after the catch.
And when they scored that first touchdown with that drive, it was all just short passes, receivers making plays after the fact. So looks like they've readjusted, gone back to that, and they're going to have some success. Tackle probably should have been making around where the first down marker was, but Chris Pope did a good job of breaking free and making yards.
He flat out just outran Hatchman to the sideline there, and then stayed in bounds. You just see it right there, and then he picks up a good
tiny
block.
move, but enough to get the job done.
And I thought he might have been good there, but that's a good chase there from the
number 16, Bailey Harding. He showed some pace, didn't he? Did he come from the D line?
I think he might have been a linebacker on that play. Let's see where he lines up here. Might have just got the 2-minute warning there. The Thunder drop back. Corwin yet to be sacked. He's completed another one underneath. That's another first down. The Thunder
picked up by the tight end.
That's Queensland tight end Robbie Corkett.
Not the first play he's made tonight, so good option. I always love having a good, big, tall tight end.
Big body one as well. You know that they're okay to take a couple hits.
Yep. Yeah, it's certainly they're an asset that I think in my time when I was playing, a lot of teams didn't take advantage of. And I always loved it. I always loved having a tight end on the field.
And I think as we take a time out here, let's take a look how the league looks at the moment. We'll take a look at the table. Starting in the junior division, ages 14 to 16, the Rhinos, they're currently 2-0 there. The Stingrays follow them 1-1. And the Spartans, they've picked up a win as well. The Bengals and Raptors, they're still in search of their first victory, but that is your junior division. Looking at the Colts, the Colts, well, the Stingrays, who are looking for 4 straight. They are 2-0 right now. They picked up another win today, actually. I think that pushes them 3-0. The Rhinos, they won last week against the Ravens. The Vultures, they look like they got a win as well. The Thunder in search of their first. They lost today against the Stingrays. The Ravens picked up their first victory against the Spartans today, and the Spartans, they still went to 0. We'll take a look at the rest later in the game, but that's the Colts and Juniors for now, as the ladder's starting to take a bit of shape here with 3 games gone.
Yeah, looking at speaking to my other brother Robert Hunter, he's he's one of the coaching of the Thunder team, and you look, they're an inexperienced team and new setup, I believe. I don't think they played last year, so he said they've got some good players, but they'll just need a bit of time to get going.
Well, in the red zone, Tommy Corwin, 1 out of 2 so far.
That's a run.
Here goes Pope. Pope on the jet sweep, can't pick up a whole lot, maybe a yard or 2.
Plenty of Stingrays came flying through there, so good idea. Not the greatest of execution there, but well read by the Stingrays, to be fair.
So yeah, I think the other corners there did a good job pressing up.
Yep.
Clock's running, however, he didn't get out of bounds. Looks like we're gonna tick inside a minute now. Corwin. 2 receivers out to the right, a tight end on the line. And he's going to throw the lone tight end to the left, and is that number 7, Moody, with another stop and grab. He stopped on a dime or what?
Yeah, plucked that one out of the air. Great pass, right on top of it. And look, I'm really liking Tommy's technique, especially off that back foot there, putting them in the back corner of the end zone. He's got plenty of targets, but the most successful one so far has been Moody.
Well, he beats Thiez, not a usual starting corner for this team, but geez, it's hard to stop someone who can stop that quickly.
It is.
He stops right on the goal line.
An absolute terror.
Well, the Thunder offense, they go back on track. They regain the lead, 14-7 now, with under 1 minute to go here in the first half. And the Stingrays, let's see if they try to do anything with the remaining ticks on the clock in the first half. But the Thunder offense is looking pretty good.
Look, they needed that, especially after what happened. They had that drive where they got almost into the end zone, and that hurts when you get so close. So completing, what was that, 3 out of 4 plays and getting all the way down the field, a good result. And I'm sure they'll get an opportunity to air this one out, Ken. I don't think we've seen the best of what we're going to see from the Thunder tonight.
Yeah, I think they've got a bit more to come, but not hard to pick out who their favourite target is tonight, is it?
Every QB has one.
Moody has been devastating, as has Pope been after the catch. Tristan Back's just got the 1 reception tonight. I'm sure he'll play more of a factor in the second half.
Just looking at what the Stingrays have been running from a defensive point of view, every single time I'm seeing that left backer blitz, the blind side of the QB, which, in theory is good. It's forcing Tommy to release those passes early, but when he's got guys who can stop at a dime and just get that quick release, they might need to reassess it, I think.
Well, I think as well, Tommy Corwin's more than happy to keep throwing the short and intermediate passes. So if they want to send the blitz, he's more than happy to account for it.
Well, every time he's doing it, they're making plays. So he's hitting them at the 3 and they're making it to the 10 easy. So
Silva back to kick off. It's a good kick off. And here goes the 39.
Oh, he
breaks a couple of tackles. I really hope that's Koopy if it is. Not sure who it is right now, but he's done a pretty good job on the return team so far. And make sure we find out who that was during halftime.
Yeah, good blocks. Good lane for him to travel down, and I think once he got hit, he made a good 6 more yards after that one, so powerful guy.
Yards after contact. 1st and 10 on the Stingrays 45. This is within range to take a couple of shots if they wanted to. Tonga Kilo passes out, then lead blocks, and I didn't see who ran that. It's the 39. and he dropped someone as he got over the sideline.
Justin Lau, number 3 for the Griffith Uni Thunder.
Take a look at this. Wait, did he get out of bounds? Is that clock?
Might need an Advil there, mate.
Oh, the clock's actually still running because he didn't get out of bounds of that play, I don't think. The Stingrays do have a timeout. They might have to use it. Our clock isn't official. It is as close as we can get to it. Well, Tim's looking at his
going to use
clock.
One. That's it.
Oh, he seems like he's gotten off. A pump fake from Tonga Kilo looking over the middle. I think he tried to almost pull that back in last minute. It was too late. It looks like that could be the last play of the half. But the Stingrays are going to a huddle. Oh. Just trying to see what symbol the referee gave us
a little bit there.
Well, we've got time for at least one more play.
Be interested to see what they throw up. This is where you throw in your play that you work on at the end of training, Ken. You know, the special one that you keep in the back pocket there.
Like what? Maybe something like the Spanky special?
Oh, I'm thinking of a flea flicker or a triple reverse or something.
They get him offside though. He gets a free play here. And Sam Leone, wow, who can shake out of that? Then he takes another shot by Balassi, who also comes up with a football. Wow, Tonga Kilo. He does well to shake the first rush from Sam Leota. That's a mission in itself. But then big number 45, Bruce Palusi.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere there. Yeah, he was just hanging about and just saw him open and I think that was almost by accident, Ken. I don't think he saw him pop out there. He was just on his way to close it up.
Well, fortunately for them, I think they caught Leota offside, which is what we said at the start of free play. But and it is. They're marching forward right now. Yep.
Griffith probably just going to keep sending numbers there to try and get through. And
it shows how much you trust your DBs right now. And I think I don't know. Is Polluting got a good grab over the top of a defender. Well, so did Napier. So do you trust your DBs one-on-one right now?
Look, I mean, you have to. If you're the coach, you've got to have trust in your players to make these plays, and if you don't, it makes things difficult. Because
the other option is that they add the help to the secondary and they make sure everyone's doubled. And now we're going to see the Stingrays use that timeout. So how about we take a look at the rest of the league and how the tables are forming so far. In the women's, the Ravens, well, this is prior to today. The Ravens, they're 3-0 after today's victory. The Stingrays, they moved to 1-2. The Thunder, I believe, got up over the Raptors, so they moved to 2 wins. And the Raptors, they're still learning this game. They're the new kids on the block. They're still currently winless.
Caught the back half of that Ravens Stingrays women's game today, mate, and a lot of penalties in that second half.
So they have to clean it up a little bit. We're just taking a quick look at the men's one as well. The Rhinos still undefeated. Their game should be wrapping up right now. I'm sure we'll be getting scores sent to us soon. The Thunder, well, they're hoping to move to 2-0 off today, and the Stingrays, well, they're 2-1. As we move back to our live pictures, Tonga Kilo. He pump fakes, beats the first defender. He's looking long, and it is incomplete. He had Polluted underneath it, but the Thunder also had Corey Jones. So the ball's being thrown in right now. Tim's getting ready to raise this ball above his head. That was the last play of the game. Once Tim Redshaw can get this ball above his head.
Look, I thought that was a good first half. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
There it is, half-time. Redshaw brings this half to a close. And the two teams will head to the change rooms there. We've got an interview to play for you at halftime with number 2, Garrett Griffith for the Griffith University Thunder, who's come through a lot of European teams right now. I'll let him tell the rest of it. I'm Kenny Andres, joined by Sean Mad Dog Hunter. We'll be back for the second half soon. Garrett Griffiths. Mate, there's been a lot of talks about imports around Gridiron, Queensland. We've obviously heard about the Rhinos. We've heard who's been at the Ravens. You're at the Thunder, and you're helping change a bit of the culture there as well, because you've got a pretty rich playing and coaching background of your own in Europe. Mate, where did it start in Europe, and how's that led you here to Queensland?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great path. I started in Europe in Finland. Traveled around a bit, went to Italy, Germany. I've been in the Czech Republic the past couple of years. I thought it was a great opportunity to come down here in our off season and to help help a team, help a club, change that mindset, that culture, help them with that foundation, and really, help them move on and be progressive for the future.
You and I were talking at practice this week, and we talked about how the advantages of going through the European system before you come to Australia, because let's face it, compared to the American system, there are certain restrictions that come with coaching and playing in Australia. Talk us through what playing in the European system helps you as far as shaping a club here in Australia.
I think it comes to expectations. You grow up in the States, and that's the culture you grow up with. It's a job, and there's a lot, there's a lot of demanding features that go along with that culture and that sport, and that's the way we're raised. And so I think a lot of first-time players outside of the States, their expectations are really high, and they feel that things should run like they do in the States. That's just not the way it is. Everyone has families, they have work, they work full time, and they do this on the side. And so I think the expectations are the biggest part of it. So for somebody like me to come from Europe to Australia, I think the transition is a lot smoother than would be a first-year player out of the States.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about the team at hand. You came into a team that, I was just speaking to your coaches, had to deal with a bit of a merge in the preseason. You were part of that process, but look, you guys came out with a huge win in week 1. You had the opportunity to use that bye in week 2 to sort of continue that process. Week 3, you guys at that point now, you're ready to click, particularly against such a quality opposition?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I came down, I signed with the Wildcats, and then so I come down and we had that merger, which is a very good thing for all teams. We have a great participation in practice, which, brings about that competition. And, we're putting those pieces together. We've got all the pieces, we just need the leadership and people to coach them up the proper way. But there's talent all over the field, and, we're really clicking right now, and, we're ready for this opposition today. We're really ready for this test.
Final question, mate. If I've got to keep my eye on one player, who are you suggesting is going to get the name called a fair bit?
Oh, today, man, you got to watch out for Leon. You got to watch out for Chris, Tommy, of course, Brody on the offense. Our offense is stacked right now. Defensively on the line, Sam Leota, our big guys, Bruce, Raybold. They're really what keep our defense together right now. So, I mean, they're all over the place. It should be a good day.
Fantastic. Appreciate your time, Garrett. Welcome to GQ.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, welcome back to the second half of the last game here in week 3 of Gridiron Queensland. Reece Perkins kicks this ball away, and the Thunder, who currently lead by 7, they get their first chance on offense in the second. And that's number 6. That is Pope. He's still on his feet somehow, and he was close to losing the ball. In fact, he's taken down around the 30, and the Thunder, well, they'll get the opportunity to try and extend this lead. Sean Hunter, thoughts from the first half?
It's only a slim lead, and look, I think Chris Pope at this stage is the difference in the game.
Moody, yeah.
Everything he's done has been good. So, look, the Thunder were certainly the more impressive in that first half, but again, as we were talking about during the first half, the Stingrays just don't give up. So.
I think for the Stingrays, the one time they looked dangerous and the one time they scored was the drive where they just got running the ball inside with Taylor and eventually flung one downfield. I think they'll have to go back to that. Another short pass to the left flat to Chris Pope and bounces off his hands, incomplete. That left flat has been pretty dangerous for them.
It has been. I think we've seen about 4 plays go to that, and probably close to 60, 80 yards.
I think one thing, and if I'm noticing it, I'm sure the Stingrays are, anytime they're closer to this right hash, they love looking to that left side, especially because they love giving their receivers opportunities to get that run and catch with a bit more space.
They certainly do, and they've got Sean out on that side, Sean Daddy out on that side to peel off and add a bit of a...
They'll go to that side once again. They complete. Stiers on the coverage.
So as I was saying, Sean Daddy becomes a threat when he peels out there.
You saw him do some damage off a bit of a swing pass earlier in the game. I wonder if they've actually got any screenplays for him.
Love a screenplay.
Yeah, no one runs screens like the dog,
Halfback screen, nothing better. Just keep running them. Let them through.
3rd down. Defenses are a lot faster than 6 years ago, mate. It's harder to pull them off.
Bigger as well.
Smarter. List goes on. Timeout taken here. An early timeout here from the Stingrays on 3rd down. And it looks like it might have been one of the defensive captains, and Reese Perkins wanted to get clarification with Coach Hill.
Trying to see if I can see Damien Malloy out on the field.
Good call. He's not in the huddle at the moment.
I don't even think I can see him on the sideline, Ken. So
You're right.
maybe getting some treatment done.
I'm trying to figure out where. It turns out he might be in street clothes. You're right. He has We've just been told he has taken his kit off and he's just back in a hoodie and shorts. So Malloy's night is done as a player. It looks like he is going to serve more as a cheerleader and probably more importantly as a coach right now, which probably shouldn't come as a surprise. I was told yesterday that he was still recovering from injury and that he was supposed to sit out this game, but it's hard to keep a competitor like Damo out.
It is. I believe I heard that number 79, Remington Skinner, also suffered a calf strain early in the game, so still kitted up and looks like he might go back out there at some point, but looks like they're trying to get the game closed up without him.
Well, 3rd and short. Corbin looking left, throwing very quickly to the left and looking for the fade route to Moody. It is covered by Bailey Thiers. Another one of these Colts playing up. Well done to be covering a receiver like Moody.
Stuck to him like glue to Ken, so that's what they've got to do. They've really got to keep him quietly on Moody, or else it's going to be a tough night. So they've done a reasonable job on most occasions. It's just that every now and again he cuts back and makes a big play.
Yeah, that's it. When you start selling those fade routes, a good receiver will be able to come back and run a comeback later, and that can do some damage. 4th down, they're going to go for it. Corwin. He's going to go to that left fade again.
Oh.
This time it was a perfect throw. It was far from a perfect catch. That time it was Thiers and O'Connor on the coverage. The pass intended to Moody.
That's got to be frustrating for a quarterback. I mean, as someone who's never played quarterback, I may have done one snap or something like that, but certainly didn't have to throw a ball and certainly would never have thrown one that was that good and had been dropped. So
Dropped right over Thiers' shoulder. Can't ask for a whole lot better than that. What they've done now, though, they've gifted the Stingrays with some good field position. They've let them inside their house to start their drive. The ball on the 40. And a false start from the Stingrays. One of the receivers jumped too early. Now, they're not running via snap can, it appears, the Stingrays. They're going on the center. And that means for the receivers, and I know you didn't play quarterback, but you did play some receiver. What's the number one rule before the snap?
Watch the ball. Interesting that the Thunder elected to go for it on 4th. I know they were relatively close, but it's hard to be that confident with only a 7-point lead. I would have liked to have seen them put it down in the corner and maybe trusted their defense a little bit more, but yeah, maybe they trust their defense from this far.
It's a high snap. Tom Keeler gives it to James Taylor, who shows off his footwork. The big man still going. Oh, rocking and mauling down the field is James Taylor. That's another 1st down. His average yards per carry it's nice and consistent.
You're probably looking at around that 7 mark for average run yards. So, and every time he's fought hard for them as well. They haven't always come easy. He's
I'd say half of them
bumping in and out,
after contact.
coming, and breaking tackles. So keep him healthy. Looks like he's come out for a rest.
That was the number 39. And Tonga Kilo, I think he opened to the wrong side, but he's just going to go and run himself.
It's not the first time that's happened in this game. They'd want to get that under wraps.
As we take a look at the replay, I'm going to ask the hard-working president of the Gold Coast Stingrays, Craig James, who's currently filming for his team. Craig, who's number 39? He's going to get a name to me. I'm literally pointing my head to the sky and asking the man in the clouds for answers as the man we're looking for.
He's still fighting.
Look at him go, the slippery gypsy. He's gone past the original line of scrimmage. He's turned a tackle for a loss into a gain. What a run.
Was a good run considering he was hit by two very big boppers.
Jonah Gardner is his name. Well, Jonah Gardner, the formerly unknown Jonah Gardner. Just showed his ability on that run.
Good initial contact from the Thunder in Big Brucey, but got to wrap him up, got to bring him to the ground.
3rd and 2. And they'll try to run an option with Gardner and Tonga Kilo. Tonga Kilo will try to use his own strength. I think he might be just short. I think we're kidding ourselves if the Stingrays aren't going to go for this.
Ben Taylor's back out there. James Taylor, sorry, number 23. The go-to man from a running perspective for the Stingrays today.
I don't think you try to be cute with this. I think you tell them exactly what you're doing and you just execute. James Taylor's in good form.
Bang it up the middle.
That's exactly what they'll do. James Taylor leaps forward.
Up. He might not have made that.
Oh, it's going to be close. The Thunder's celebrating. The Stingrays don't seem as sure. It looks like he has been stopped. He has been. He got back to the line of scrimmage. Good job there by the front 7 of the Thunder.
Well, and they haven't been getting too much penetration. That was number 99
Sam
for
Leota.
the Thunder, Sam Leota. Yeah, he's been the star of this defense from that front line perspective too.
Well, the Thunder, they hold on. And are they getting a measure or something? Because Tonga Kilo's still in the field, as is Taylor. Both offense and defense out for the Stingrays right now.
Stingrays might have been hoping for a measure there, I think, Kenny.
I'll be honest.
To no avail. It didn't look like it from this far away. So
I haven't seen a measure in this league in some years. That used to be a real frequent thing back in the old fields of Judy Old Park.
It was. I think the line marking's gotten a bit better and easier to see.
Daddy,
big run.
Daddy up the middle. He's got open spaces. Eventually, the troops come in, and it's actually one of the big defensive linemen, big number 70, Tioroa Tamiti, coming down and shutting that play down.
The acceleration from Sean Daddy has been quite impressive because he gets through the line of scrimmage at not the fastest pace, but then once he gets past that mark, he really puts on the burners. So
there was a famous coach who once told me, slow to, fast through.
Mine said run the ball.
Shout out to Pete Farrell. A nice little pass out of the
do as you're
flat
told.
Then give me a Pepsi.
I remember being told to get to the outside, always the outside, and I probably didn't listen to him for about 4 years.
Huge block on Theo's on the outside. I don't know by which receiver. Take a look at this.
Bang!
Oh, wow.
Number 21 for the Stingrays on the receiving end there, Ben O'Connor.
Number 96.
He'll keep his head up when he's coming that way next time.
Kyo Silva. Ben O'Connor's a pretty big bloke. Left flat again. It was a high pass, and it was take it in. Are they going to deem that he had control? Yes, he will. How about the finger strength? Wow.
Haven't shown much of a power game to just bump this one up the middle from the Thunder.
It is something that Coach Phil Crick said that he kind of wants to try and find. He says they might not really have that guy who can just power up the middle right now. That's why Sean Dottie is seemingly the bell cow back for this offense. But here we go. Speak of the devil, 2 in the backfield for the first time tonight. And they're going to give it to Pope. And Pope dances his way to a first down. He's still going. And that's a first down on the ground on 3rd and short for the Thunder. A punch has been thrown, I'm hearing. The sideline suggesting a punch has been thrown by whom? I would have to assume the Thunder, according to the Stingrays sideline. Well, we don't really get a hell of a view of it from here. Well, flags are down. Penalty markers down.
This is not the first time we've seen a bit of a scuffle in this game, so...
Well, we still didn't get word of... We couldn't find out the answer of who was ejected in the first half.
No, but it's seemingly innocuous plays too. Like, you're not really seeing anything too over the top for them to react to.
Yeah, no one's coming flying in late or...
You know, just poor discipline, so...
Hang on, we'll hush now and see if we can get a word. Well, Tamides coming off the field now. Mark McIntyre, he's coming on.
Looking at a big loss of yard here for the Thunder.
Now, I've watched Mark McIntyre's, well, certainly the back half of his career. I don't think I've ever seen him play defense before. And he's out there right now looking seemingly at nose tackle and looking very confident. Doesn't it all seem lost?
No, well, I'm sure it won't be the first time he's done it. Maybe didn't want to do it in the twilight of his career, but hey, he's there now, so let's see how he goes.
Well, he's certainly built as a nose tackle.
Yeah.
Reese Perkins off the edge, off the back foot.
Oh.
There's the screen we wanted to see.
That's what we want, the screen.
Duddy with blockers.
Oh.
Blockers going flying. Duddy still on his feet, taking over the sideline. Body's flying. Wow, that was an explosive play by the Thunder.
We called it, Ken. We told them to run a screen, and they listened. And
Mad Dog special.
The dividends have been paid. And again, we're starting to get a bit of a emotion in this game, which everyone likes to see when you're playing and when you're watching. So,
Well,
hopefully it doesn't get out of hand though, because we've seen it boil over a couple of times. So, this is where your captain needs to start enforcing some discipline.
middle of the second quarter right now, and it's probably right on cue as far as the emotions go. A lot of deep routes here for the Thunder. They're aiming deep. Pope was under it, and it goes through his hands. Incomplete on first down.
Straight through the fingertips, and look, everything in that was inch perfect, except for the grip there. So unlucky on that occasion. I'm sure it won't be the last time they look for it.
William Mahe on the coverage. A Stingray is down. It's Ben O'Connor, I think, number 21. He's the one who took the massive lick earlier
Yes.
by Silva. Let's see if we... let's take a look on replay, see if we can pinpoint what happened here. He made a bit of contact with the
Going
referee,
back
and then we
there.
lose him there. Perhaps the...
Let's hope he's okay.
yeah,
He's up and
The
moving
Narang-
about now, and
maybe
seems
the,
to be okay.
maybe the Narang Bull Ant got him there. Come up from the turf and sniped him. I can't even figure out what's wrong. He was grabbing at his back for a little bit.
Bit of maybe a right hip or something back. So
No, he's going to come off the field. He's someone I thought might have got some carries to help relieve Taylor. He's played running back in his career before, probably most notably for the Toowoomba Vultures when he was out west. Took a couple carries for the Ravens. And
we've seen him follow a couple of quick receivers and make a lot of quick gains on their momentum. So certainly got pace. Probably not going to see that now though.
2nd and 10. Corwin looking over the middle. He's got, Pope. Over the middle, picks up about 8 yards.
Yep, those quick short passes are working again for the Thunder, and yeah, I can't see them moving away
Well,
from
hang on,
this.
judging for that angle, he looks like he got the first down. Well, the Stingrays say no way. We've got probably a camera angle here that suggests otherwise. Yeah, I think the referees might have got it right here.
Looks like they've got it. Yep,
Right there. It's
right over the plane, then pulled back.
Hard to argue that. Great job there from our director, Paul Mills. On the stop start slow-mo. First down.
Griffith starting to suck a bit of this clock out too, so they get a score here and they're winding down the clock and just keep making those little plays, and it's gonna wear down this Stingrays defense.
First down. Darty beats the first tackle and eventually taken over the top by the Stingrays linebacker
Looks
number
like a
16.
gain of about 2 yards.
Bailey Harding. Just on that quickness alone, it always looks like he is a threat to take it right now.
Just one cutaway. The Griffith line have done a pretty good job tonight, I've thought. Like, they've given reasonable pass protection. They've opened up a couple of lanes for Daddy, so
Daddy on the left right now, 2 receivers. And to the right, He's looking short. It's a bit of a stick concept. And that stop. Oh, look at the agility there. And almost in for a score is Pope. He's got some footwork, I'll tell you that. Stopped just short of a touchdown.
I think Pope might be getting a bit jealous. I think he's saying he wants this touchdown in the red zone this time.
Good tackle. Take him over there by actually McIntyre. What's a D tackle getting all the way to the sideline there? Look at the hustle and muck.
That's what you want to see if you're a defensive coordinator. You want to see your guys getting around the ball.
Yeah, we saw Brucey from defensive tackle earlier. Mark Matthews, who's not even a regular defensive tackle, getting it done. We want a blitz here from O'Connor. O'Connor gets on Darty early, but Darty shakes him. Now Reese Perkins, he's trying to strip the ball, almost gets there. Darty goes to ground. Oh, a whole bunch of possibles there.
Did well to hang on to it. I thought it was gone there for a second.
O'Connor shot through.
Yeah, he got straight through. For a guy who was off with a sore back, he's bounced back in a big way.
Well, he's back on defense now. Hard to miss him with those pink bootstraps. The spats, we call them.
Certainly makes it easier for us.
I think he likes that.
Yeah.
I think he's probably done it on purpose. Dotty, the running back. It's a play action pass. Corwin rolling to the left on his back foot. Thrown for the back of the end zone. A bit of holding in the end zone, but no flags thrown, and it was fall safely incomplete. But Corwin was under a whole lot of pressure. Who timed it again?
Ben Connor threw quick again there, you know. They really need someone to take the initiative and pick him up.
So we're lucky that was a play action, or else Dotty would have been a world of pain. Well, I think he still was.
Tommy Corwin dropped back, you know, a decent amount of yards there, trying to get away from it too. So
I think he was trying to get east-west on that, but the pressure came up and forced him to move backward. 3rd and goal. Ball 5 yards out. Corwin looking to his left, slinging it to Moody. Moody's got it. Touchdown, Thunder. But whistles are flying in. Penalty markers are down. The score won't change as of yet. Let's take a look at the close-up to start off with. Well, that looks all good from that angle. Let's take a look on the wide. I can't spot anything.
Nothing there.
It's on the offense there. Was that a potential? Chop block? I mean, that's a different signal.
Nothing that I seen there, unless it was maybe the
see if we can
outside left guy.
A guy in comms with a white hat might be able to get that clarified. Try to get word.
Unlucky there for the Thunder.
Oh, it's an illegal formation penalty. Here we go. So maybe we can get a quick look of the last play pre-snap. I'm not sure if that's able to get up. We can. Well, 1, 2, 3, 5. Maybe we'll have to try and see on the wide. We might not be able to get it, but
potentially a receiver. Too many receivers up on the line there.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess. Yeah, I'm thinking there must be some receivers. Not enough receivers on the line of scrimmage would be our guess. But back to live action right now. 3:48 in the 3rd quarter. The Thunder just took a touchdown off the board there due to an illegal formation. O'Connor with the blitz again. Corwin with the rollout again. Looks to the left, throws short to Moody. Moody misses the first defender. I think he's over. The referees, no arms have gone in the air. It looks like he's short. Oh, he's inches
got a man
short.
down.
And we've also got a Stingray down. It might be Reese Perkins. Actually, is that a fumble I see, actually? I'm going to say he did recover it, so that's not it. It's number 26 down, and that's Hatchman. Blake Hatchman.
He's the man who forced that fumble there too, so hopefully he pulls out of this okay.
And we might take this opportunity to thank our sponsor again, Impact Sports. If you need shot equipment, search no further than Impact Sports. They can be contacted at sales@impactsportsaus.com.
Stingrays spent a lot of time in the red zone today, Ken.
Had to.
And their defense has held up well. Yeah, they keep going, so.
Well, the offense is currently on for the Stingrays. There was fourth. Down, no, sorry, the defense is on. My apologies. Can't get those come off. It is fourth down. Now, well, we talked about the Thunder lacking a bit of a power game. They've tightened up their splits. They'll just sneak it with Corwin. And Corwin gets the signal from the far side. Official. That makes it official right there. The Thunder sneak it in with Tommy Corwin.
Yeah, look, it was going to be hard to stop them from that close. You know, they've been getting some good drive there from the line tonight. So they put the big boppers in the middle there of the Stingrays, and the Thunder were able to just sneak through. So score sitting at 20-7 with kick to come.
And sometimes you've just got to try and make the most logical way forward. And this is hit in its trajectory, but it's still... No, it's incomplete. My apologies, I thought it might have still gone over. It's gone wide. Can't get a much better angle than this. Yeah, it's gone a wide right. So the score remains 20-7, but it's still a two-score possession here as time ticks down in the third. The Stingrays not in any desperate need to score first, but you'd like to think they can still run their normal offense that takes up a fair bit of clock, but the pressure is on to put some points at the end of it.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ken. And yeah, with the lack of passing game that they have shown tonight, they're not going to be able to chase it later, so they're really going to have to work back into this game by running that ball constantly and picking up good yards each time. And they've shown they can do that. When they did score that touchdown, they controlled that really well. So
I feel like, and I don't know if they've had a chance to install any yet, but as we get an official confirmation at a time there at 2:23 in the third, but I feel like they've underutilized the play action pass, the Stingrays.
And they have, especially with the effectiveness of the running game, and the Thunder are biting on it every time, and they're biting hard, and often
his knee was down, and a bit of a rookie mistake there from Jonah Gardner. I don't know how much experience he has. This is my first time seeing him, but if you've come from rugby league, it seems pretty normal to drop that knee down, but unfortunately in this game, you don't have to be touched for that tackle to be constituted. Do you ever do that, Sean?
Mate, I would drop it more often than that. You know, I've said I couldn't stand doing it, and they would often ask me to. But I think they thought because I played running back and I was a bit agile that I'd be effective at it. But it just wasn't the case. I couldn't catch very well.
So you wouldn't be drafted in the first round of anyone's fantasy league? No. Not with the PPR going on?
I certainly wouldn't have been in a... No matter how much I trained on it, I would always get into the game and drop the ball. So they gave up eventually.
Got a replay there suggesting that one of the Thunder players might have been offside there. So that's why the Thunder is moved back here, and the Stingrays are not taking the ball back where the kick was caught. So forgive our discussion about your glory days there, Sean. We got lost in conversation there. There was an offside penalty called, which fortunately for Gardner has bailed him out. This kick is a line drive. Reese Perkins, he doesn't make the same error. He's going to try and return this. He runs into the back of one of his defenders. He's still going and gets this ball just shy of the 40. Probably looking at the Stingray 35 or 37, I'd give it.
Yes, that was Reese Perkins. I believe he was D-back of the year last year, wasn't he?
Back of the year, yeah. probably a little behind schedule of his intercepts that he usually gets. I've talked about it before at the AGL level. He got like close to 20 intercepts over 2 seasons, I think, in 2016-17 or 15-16.
That's impressive. You're seeing him come off too. He's holding that right shoulder a little bit there, so might come back and see if he's okay. He's
first down. This one's to Gardner again. They're saying on the ball here. They're trying to move to a no-huddle offense. Trying to conserve the time they have. Inside 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Gardner with Tonga Kilo in the backfield. High snap. Tonkilo's tall enough. He just takes it himself. He'll try to get to the sideline. Beats the first defender and falls over the second. He'll get close to a first down, but they'll be just short.
Griffith have missed a lot of first contact tackles in that backfield there, so something for him to work on during the week at training.
And here's something interesting. The Stingrays officials are a little upset because Mike Jones is coming in. They're trying to filter the play to the wide receiver. Mike Jones is staying within earshot of that. They don't appreciate that. And there's a first down on 3rd and short by Gardner again. This time, Coach Hill is explicitly telling
Mr.
Mike
Jones
to stay away.
making a pest of himself there, but certainly not illegal, but definitely frowned upon by the Stingrays there.
That's the best way to put it. Well, we warned the Jones boys can be the occasional pest on the field. That's one of the reasons why. But hey, you're right. It's not illegal. So
look, if they're on your team, you love them.
And it looks like a false start might have been called on the Stingrays here. There's the Stingrays sideline right now. There's Damien Malloy, who's been his usual animated self.
Seen a bit of that from the Stingrays tonight, so.
Well, to be fair, that's par for the course for Damien. That's what makes him.
It is.
That being said, he's probably excited to get out of the house. He's now the father of 2. Congratulations to him and his partner on that one there, welcoming their second son into the world, I believe. Tonga Kilo with a deep drop. He's going to look to the left. Flat was looking for number 7, who on my list is Garrett Kawara, who was another player who was listed as inactive for me, according to Lance Tonga Kilo yesterday. So unless someone else has taken his jersey, he's clearly geared up and back from injury. He was a running back for the Stingrays last year, made the Queensland squad, but because of the stacked backfield there, he actually played as a slot receiver for Coach Hollywood Rowe. And it looks like that might be the case again here at club level. Tonga Kilo shrugs to the side again. He was
just a bit off again, Ken.
Looking for number 28. Christian Jorgensen, or Jorgensen, I think it might be pronounced, who's the younger brother, I think, of last year wide receiver Dakota Morfitt. And Jorgensen scored his first touchdown last week.
3rd and long now, so gonna need something.
You say it's 3rd and long, but similar to the women's game, there's probably 2 down territory for them, isn't it?
It is. Certainly, they've made bigger plays than this.
Option, it goes behind Gardner. They're in trouble. Gardner tries to jump on it, as is Tonga Kilo.
No.
The ball's still live. Eventually, the Stingrays get on it. And flag has been thrown. The Thunder, they had a huge play there, but they might have negated it. Someone came flying in late unnecessarily. Right there is Paludin, I think, came back and eventually.
Number 40 for the Thunder.
And number 40 for the Thunder, I think you're right. Who's, fortunately for him, wow, waving off the flag. Well, let's reassess this and hopefully in real time here. Well, I guess you can argue. Oh, but like the play's dead there. I don't know. Maybe interesting.
Yeah, I don't think he had any malice in it. You know, from where he came from, I don't think he saw that anyone had kind of made any contact. I know he was on the ground. Bit of instinct took over, I think.
I guess you are coached get after that ball if it's loose, so bit of a grey area, I suppose, but the Stingrays certainly aren't happy about it. 4th down and forever, and that'll end the third quarter, moves us into the 4th, and we will start the 4th quarter with a 4th down and forever. And we might take a quick break, be back at the other side of this quarter time switch. All right, I'm back here to start the 4th quarter. And Sean, you and I were discussing during that little intermission there that once upon a time these long conversions are a possibility with the type of personnel the Stingrays had, Bo Pitt, Riles and whatnot, but with this real more run-heavy offense right now, it's hard for them to make those long conversions. This punt is a friendly bounce. Here goes Pope. Pope is still going down that sideline. He's
away.
Still going. He's got a convoy block as the last defender to beat. He can't do it. He's gone all the way inside the 10. And the Thunder have the opportunity to ice this game.
Unlucky, Ken. You would have wanted to see him get his reward for a really good run there, but let's see if the Thunder can convert from nice and close to the goal line.
Just want to confirm that is Pope. Again, these red numbers hard to
Number
see
6.
Yep. 6, Chris Pope. I was on the money. Once again, the Mayville State alumni. One of the NAIA schools, or the NAIA schools over in the States. What's interesting here is Tommy Corwin, and look at the Thunder right now, their huddle. You can see the shot there on the huddle. Tommy Corwin has the old choir boy approach.
And we're getting a clap. Is that an injured player that's going off?
It is. Number 2, it's James Taylor.
23, James Taylor.
I didn't actually see him down on the punt return there. And well, he is walking under his own strength. He looks all right. They'll need him if they're going to make a 4th quarter.
Well, he's had to work hard tonight, hasn't he? And he would be banged up. He's gotten up every time, so looks like he's coming down the far end for a bit of treatment too.
Certainly done his own job. They've been a bit busy tonight with the Docs here in Narang. Daddy in the backfield with Corwin. Corwin looking left under pressure, has to step up. He's on his back. He's still trying to get the ball away, and there's a sack on Corwin for the first time tonight. Getting in there is number 77, Brady Hodge.
Yeah, I don't know who we was looking for here. Maybe
I think he was just trying to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And you should probably credit Reese Perkins in that play as well.
In the end, he did the right thing and held on to it. So.
Well, that's why they talk about quarterbacks and the need for big hands.
Yeah.
So you can sort of get away with that behaviour.
Looks like he's got a bit of a limp coming out of that hit too.
It looks like a Thunder player is down on that far side. Couldn't quite make to the sideline. And
looks like he's getting a cramp stretched out.
Dare I say it, that's not your brother, is it?
Wouldn't surprise me with his fitness level.
Oh, no, there
he is.
He's sussing out on him.
He's had his Gatorade today.
He's kept hydrated with the right fluids.
He did this Red Bull I'm about to drink is courtesy of him as well for the lift into the game that I gave him.
What a good one.
We were both fashionably late, unfortunately. That's number 67 suffering from some cramps for the Thunder, which is Cameron Traeger.
His brother on the team as well. Speaking about brothers. Well, now officially we've got all the Hunter brothers back involved in the game of Gridiron somehow, whether it's coaching, playing, and with yourself commentating.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get back involved for a little while, Ken, but being the father of 2 children and working some long hours sometimes,
Keeps you busy.
but it won't be long. I think tonight's been very enjoyable, and I'll do this anytime you want me to. And
Well, we'll get back to that in a second. This pass is to Moody. Moody has to shake the first tackle immediately, and then the support troops finish the job. Mark McIntyre again. The man's just come out of retirement, we'll call it. He was on the field last year, and he's running from the defensive tackle position, hustling harder than anyone else in the field. God, I love that man.
retired from the offensive line, maybe.
Well, and now he's probably overdone it. Look at him. He's on the ground. You've worked too hard, Mark. And I do want to give a special mention to Mark. I don't know the exact details, but he's had his little ones in hospital this week, and unfortunately they're home now. And report sounds like it's okay, or at least it's at a stable condition. So, I guess his reward for being a good dad is his chance to come out and play today. But he's an inspirational man, Mark McIntyre.
Fantastic news.
Hopefully, this news is that he's sucking some big ones in.
He's played a hell of a game. He's
On the defensive side of the ball.
filling in on that D side of the ball, and he's been flying around like a maniac on some occasions, and he's up and moving very well now.
And hopefully, if his family's watching at home, there's the husband, there's daddy. Back to live action now as the Thunder are trying to put this game away here in the fourth quarter. Corwin, he's got 2 receivers pretty split out wide on the right. He will throw backside to Daddy on a bit of a mini screen with Hunter in front of him. And he goes, Daddy reading his blocks, and maybe he should have kept following Big 77 there because he found a defender.
He actually spoke to me about this play on the way up. He was looking forward to pulling out to the left there and hitting some little fellas, but didn't get followed. I think he thought he had him on the outside there.
I think the Thunder might have got away with the cheeky hold there as well. Well, not only have they won, they've got a couple of different screen plays here in the second half, the Thunder, and for the most part, they've all worked.
I think they knew I was turning up today.
It's for you, mate. It's all for you. Daddy in the backfield. Low snap, but Corwin's got it. He looks for the slant over the middle. He's got it. That's Chris Pope. Pope for a touchdown over the middle. And the Stingrays, they'll now trail by 3 possessions.
Perfect pass too, Ken. Nice and soft. Right in the chest. And he's done that every time. That's the first one they've scored across the middle, I think. So
sticks it in there.
You would have hoped that the D-line would have had their hands up and waving around for that one.
Snaps up and good. Last PAT was blocked. This one successful. The score now 27-7. And this would need quite the miracle to come back here for the Stingrays. And right now, with the sort of the shape and identity of their offense, it's going to be a difficult task.
They haven't shown that it's going to occur at this stage, but stranger things have happened. I think credit to the Thunder's offense, though. They've really moved that ball up the field well, and you're probably starting to see the remnants of the Stingrays That's timeout call from the Stingrays.
Oh, right. Audio seemingly back here. And you got the call there for Christian Arnold's intercept right there. It's an old teammate of mine. He started as a Raven back in his junior day in that 2013 championship where Ravens beat a spanky coached Bears.
Yes, yes. Look, that was I think, I can't remember if it was that Sun Bowl that I lost. No, that was a very good game. There was another one that I lost. I think I've lost 4 in total. I've lost more than most people have played in.
There's the ecstasy and agony, and you certainly got a lot of agony.
Yep. So I remember playing one against the Rhinos when I was a junior that went to triple overtime.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a fun game. I told everyone we should have run it, but they chose to pass, and in the end, we didn't get the reward.
I bet you get their old pigskin over them mountains. Though, fun fact for all the viewers, running back, he wasn't even the starting running back of your team. It was actually Darius Holiday-Miller.
Yes, he was.
4-time MVP.
We played him at a bit of tight end, bit of slot receiver.
Colin goes deep. Colin's got a touchdown.
I don't think he made it. I think he was just short.
Nope, he's in. And I think that's Tristan Beck. The current no college player.
I thought he grounded that ball just short, but might have just gone over.
All you
Hit
need is the
line,
tip.
potentially.
In this case, the tip does count. And when we talk about
See if he
receivers,
gets there. It might have been the contact that pushed him over.
well, it's a close one.
Yeah, look, I'd say he's ended up on the line there, and I'm happy with that.
And up and over. No, the PAT is unsuccessful. 32-7.
Score starting to blow out a little bit.
It is. Narang has not been a kind place to the Stingrays in the men's division so far.
I'm a bit unsure as to whether the scoreline reflects the play today. I mean, the Stingrays, whilst they probably haven't executed when they have had the ball all the time, they certainly haven't been terrible. Thought they might have been able to convert a couple more chances, but yeah, still almost 9 minutes left in the game. So
yeah, I think the difference has been though just the explosiveness of the Thunder, and they've been able to capitalise on a lot of short fields, whether it be by special teams, intercepts and whatnot. So
yeah, short passes, big gains off them too.
yeah, the better team certainly is winning right now, and winning big. Got an official time check there. 9 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in this game.
Talking to you during the week, Ken, about this matchup, and we thought the Thunder were a genuine chance of becoming number 3 team in the league. What do you think now?
I think it's been all but confirmed right now with the way things are going.
I agree with you there, mate. They've been very impressive.
This kick is an awkward one. It is recovered by the Thunder. The luck just keeps running in favour of the visiting Griffith Uni Thunder. And these are just some mistakes you and I are just not used to the Stingrays team doing.
And it's just, I think it just comes down to inexperience, Ken. The Stingrays have lost a lot of experience, and generally you would have seen an old head from the Stingrays yell out, dive on the ball or something in that regard, and they just don't have that available to them at this stage.
Yeah, that very well could be another Colton Junior playing up, because I don't have his number on my team list, but yeah, when things are going good, they're going good, and right now that is the case for the Thunder. But you're right, you know, this is one of the biggest turnover years for the Stingrays they've had in their recent existence. They are certainly
and
trying
we all
to
know how successful they've been, and they've been very good at keeping a core group of players. And
here goes
wow,
Daddy.
Great run.
Daddy untouched to the end zone. Penalty
Looks
markers
like there's
down.
A flag potentially.
Let's see if we can spot a hold. Things do get a little messy in the...
Nothing overly obvious there, but I'm sure the refs have seen something.
I don't think we can spot out there.
No, but they'll move back. And
Against the Thunder. See if we can get a call from our Waikato here.
there's certainly a good cut there. Certainly a good cut there, though, Ken.
More than one good cut there.
Yeah.
Finished it off with 2 good ones, I think.
And as that deceptive speed he does have and the acceleration to keep going through.
And Duddy again. That would have got him in the touchdown scoring column. Have to try again. First down, double sticks. They're going to give it to Darty. No, it'll be a keep for Corwin. Corwin turns on the Jets. Corwin's now putting on moves. Corwin taking down the ankles. He's pinballing now and is taken down inside the 5. Tommy Corwin, once again, surprising me with his athleticism.
I don't believe that was the play. I think he actually saved his running back from some torture there. So
I think the Stingrays blow that up so quickly, but the experience of Corwin just to pull that up and try to do the best with it, I think he would have been happy with 2 yards. Ends up getting 12.
Bit concerning there by number 12. Just if you're going to use that shoulder or the hit, you really need to lay it on there, or else just wrap it up, because he almost bounced out of that last tackle.
2 backs in the backfield for the Thunder. They catch him on offside. Duddy, he'll get shut down on the right edge. No flags in the field in that one. But more on Duddy, it's... I think we're going to see was that a timeout I heard called? No. And Duddy, I mean, with Darius Holiday-Miller currently out for what seems to be an extended period of time for the Ravens, and there's probably a bit of a gap right now for someone to sort of take the crown of this year's top running back. Darius had a hell of a game week 1, but we don't know how long he's going to be out for. Duddy could be one of those unexpected guys who might shoot into the limelight.
And he's getting a lot of assistance from the line too, so the line are creating space for him and allowing him to do that work. But you're right, Ken. I think he had some good performances last year from what I've been told by Liam, and I only know him as being that quick DB who would play coverage game, but Thunder have turned him into a running back, and it's his second year in that position now, and it's starting to show the experience that he has.
Certainly looks at home at it. There are a couple of other backs. Carlton over at the Rhinos, plus all those imports. He's stuffed in the backfield here. We were just giving him props, but the Stingrays had a fumble as well. No, whistles are down. The Stingrays, they're sending their house right now, and there's not a whole lot Duddy could do about that. He's had a good game tonight, the 16 from the Stingrays, a linebacker, Bailey Harding.
It looks like the Thunder are trying to just run some time off of this clock, and maybe they want to get home for a warm shower or something, Ken.
Well, for the Stingrays as well, I think they've just got to keep weathering the storm. Kari, I'm watching him now. He's obviously not playing this week, but he's up and walking. Hamstrings are a funny thing. They can either keep you out for a week or a month.
They are. I've never had a hamstring injury. These are
top-notch.
These hamstrings are top-notch, mate. or maybe I just never put them under enough pressure to do any damage to them.
Timeout taken there by the Thunder. So, take a bit of a break, and we might stay with the picture here as the Thunder take a bit of a sip. But what's also exciting, obviously, we have our domestic, our Australian Gridiron League, Gridiron competition with all the leagues kicking off. GNSW kicked off last week. GASA, they're underway. WA, they play a little bit different to everyone else. Obviously, GQ's been underway for 3 weeks now. On top of that, the NFL starts this upcoming week, this Thursday.
You're starting to get the invites to the tipping competitions and the fantasy drafts and everything. So
it's with the NFL starting this Thursday, with this weekend, means that it's probably a whole lot of fantasy drafts going on. I can confirm, as the commissioner of the Venga Airways Fantasy Football League, that we are continuing our Father's Day tradition with our draft tomorrow afternoon. My father still doesn't understand why I wanted to celebrate Father's Day today. Hopefully he's not watching the stream.
Just drop him off something nice and early, and leave the rest of the day to plan around.
I'm sure he'll be enjoying the BCF gift voucher I got him all tomorrow. 3rd and long. Corwin. He climbs the pocket, looks over the middle. It's almost intercepted by Paludin. Pollutin, who continues to impress as the young man in this men's team. Unfortunately, that intercept just bobbles out.
Juggled it about 3 times. It was a dagger of a throw. He about a half a step off hitting his receiver.
And we'll take a look at this and we'll try to slow it down right at the point there. Pollutin got so close. Look at his jump on the ball. Beats the receiver to it. Good play nonetheless. It looks like they'll try to go for a field goal here. They try and tack on 3. And that is unsuccessful. The field goal attempt there from Kaio Silva.
Bit of a tough night for Silver. He's missed a few now, and I'm sure he'll be working on it a bit during training this week.
And you're right, but what's interesting, I can't remember the last time I've seen 3 separate teams successfully kick PATs in a season.
It is a lot better than what it used to be. Like, I know when I was playing, no one could kick field goals, and even worse, no one could block them. Every time you tried to kick one, someone would get through.
And obviously coaching's gotten a lot better, but even to the point now where once again it was considered foolish even to kick it 9-a-side with so few players. But I saw some kicked in the junior competition not too long ago. And this one's passed to William Mahe. William Mahe on the offensive side of the ball now. He won't go down easy. He'll fight for every inch. Maybe picks up a yard or 2. And the Stingrays continue. Actually picks up a few more than that. Picks up probably 3 yards on that play. Well, William Mahe. Tonga Kilo now. Give to James Taylor. He's back in the field. No, sorry, it's Gardner again. Gardner proven to be the potential running mate with James Taylor moving forward.
And they're going to need it. It's been the cornerstone of their offense tonight.
Well, I think the restriction being health. Otherwise, we would be asking about when Damien Malloy will be returning to play quarterback.
You wonder how much longer he's... Oh, that's been tipped off.
Batted at the
Incomplete.
line.
You wonder how much... you wonder if he's done any more damage or if it's just... we haven't had any reports as to how injured he was. He seems to be moving quite well, but...
I mean, sometimes these are decisions I think you need to make. It's, he's growing on life. He's got 2 kids now, so he's got to probably...
Long season as well.
Yeah, he's got to think about that.
But...
You're right, only week 3.
A couple of stars out when you consider that, Damien could be out for more games now, and then you've got Holiday Miller.
Yeah, well, the way I see it, as disappointing as it is, it's an opportunity. There's a lot of talent in this league. Opportunity for other players to sort of grab a bit of attention. 4th down after that last pass was batted down. And the Stingrays are going to go for it. But I think this play has been...
Seeing some of that talent tonight. Kenny from the Thunder too. So Tommy Corwin, he's taken control of this game, I think.
I think so. Cool. No, you'd expect that of someone of his caliber in the competition he's played in. Playing over there in the NCAA. But Dottie might have, I'm seeing some of the others. A couple of big linemen there from the Stingrays. Unfortunately, the name's... Oh no, that's on the wrong team list. Number 79, that was Remington Skinner. You pointed out earlier, was possibly nursing a bit of a calf strain. Number 67, Trent Walters. Fourth. Fourth down. Tonga Kilo looking over. He's got Taylor with him. Tries to get him with a hard count. Got very close. Eventually calls for it. Throws over the middle to Mahe. Mahe on the slant picks up the 1st down. That's a good throw and catch there. Keeps the chains moving. 4:58 and counting. Inside 5 minutes of the fourth quarter now. The Stingrays. Stingrays once again looks over it, tries to catch him offside.
Got back just in time.
He goes through his progressions, throws over the middle, looking for a receiver coming back to the ball. That was number 83, Cameron McDonald.
He's made the right adjustment there, just a little bit underthrown.
And again, something he'll address and fix in practice. 4 practices now he's up to, training at it, so... I guess we've got to be...
So it wasn't my favourite thing, Ken.
You're a show-up-to-games guy.
I think we could all agree. There's some of them crazy people out there that do enjoy it, though, and that's probably most of those guys out there. Flag's been thrown, I think I saw.
Tonkilo might scramble, he throws it down.
That was in.
Hits
Well done.
Napier. Napier makes a sideline grab. Flag's hard down, as you aforementioned. That was a good little turnaround catch there from Napier. But, I mean, looking forward to...
keep his feet in too, man.
Indeed. That's what all those sideline drills are used for. But looking forward to next week. I mean, the road doesn't get any easier for the Stingrays. They've had the Ravens, they've had the Thunder, and then they're going to be coming up against the Brisbane Rhinos next week.
Ouch.
Who are red hot right now. We get a final score out of there, actually. The Rhinos 66, Vultures 0. So they keep rolling on.
Big run coming here. Wow.
Oh, Gardiner trucking people over. Oh, that has been an exciting part of today. The inside running of James Taylor and Gardiner.
And that was Drew Robson on the end of that one for the Thunder. So I'm sure he'll be trying to hide that bit of vision from family and friends.
And they're in the hurry up. Tonga Kilo, he's going to try and push it vertical. Looks back to his left now. He's going to take his time. He'll go himself. His O-line, no, he's going to throw it. And he's found someone over the middle. How about that for patience? That's Cameron McDonald. Way to show his numbers to the quarterback. He had an age there.
Yeah. You're watching the Thunder guys, like you see here 75 for the Thunder, just kind of observing the play. Then he eventually attacked him, I suppose, but...
And the flag has been thrown there as they've tried to get this snap off. We were watching the replay there, so we'll try to get some clarification here. More scores around the ground today. The Women's Thunder, they defeated the Raptors 46-0. And the Colts Ravens, as I mentioned earlier, 28 defeated the Spartans 0. And the Junior Raptors, they defeated the Spartans 31-22. I'm led to believe the Spartans played till they could not play no more. Unfortunately went down due to injuries. Well, flag's been waved off. So I'm going to see what happens as they try to...
Wonky old pass that got there in the end too.
Not a good job for him to keep alive. Most people there, once they tucked the first time, they was committed to running.
Just kept fighting for it.
I wonder if they'd... No, I think what might have been happening there, the Thunder thought they had too many people on the field. You saw someone running off the field there, but it turns out they waved it off, so perhaps they actually had enough and they've just miscounted.
Good opportunity for the Stingrays here to get this score with a bit more respect on it.
Yeah, well, they might even need it for and against Gardiner.
Up the middle.
Gardiner chugging forward. He's eventually stopped a couple of yards short. Well, the reality is, with the way things are going, they may be fighting to stay into fourth or move into third by the season's end. For and against may come into the factor there, so you try to score whatever points you can. Tongi Kilo will keep it. He's trying to get to the edge. He's chased down by not enough. uses his strength to power over inside the left pylon. The Stingrays, and they'll add another touchdown to the board. They'll bring the score to 32 points to 13.
Yeah, just aiming for that outside corner and gives him more room, and the guys didn't attack him and didn't have the pace to catch him.
And well, he just would have thought about his tight end days there. Just
aim for that corner post.
Catching a pass in the flat and finding his way over the corner post. And for the viewers at home, I say if you're warm and comfortable, you should appreciate it because the breeze has cooled down. We're tucking into our jumpers here. Here in Nerang, a very, very cool breeze has dropped the degrees 1 or 2 here on the Gold Coast.
Just thankful we're not up in Toowoomba now, Kenny.
Oh, and a good bat down there from Griffith. The safety and defensive coordinator knocks that one down.
Shout out to anyone watching from Toowoomba again, but I'm sure they've got the fireplaces on, which we
the braziers
unfortunately do not have.
And this game, with approximately 3 minutes remaining, has just seen the Gold Coast Stingrays get their second touchdown of the day via Lance Tongakilo on the ground. For the Thunder, with 3 minutes out, I mean, in the situation where, they have ran it a bit more in the second half, but they've definitely been more of a passing team. Let's see how much they lean on the run.
Look, they heavily did it on that last one when they were closer to 6-7 minutes out from the end of this quarter. So I can just see them trying to run down this clock, and
let's see the Stingrays.
To getting set up for an onside.
Oh, still got a few more issues. There were 2 down on the Stingrays. Coach Hill is not happy about that. The kick-off unit was down 2 players before Paludin and Hataya jumped on there. Oh, sorry, James Hobby. Perkins with the onside kick. It's bounced off. The Stingrays have recovered. Perfectly executed onside kick there by the Stingrays. On the Thunder, number 34, Daniel Raybold, who's usually a blocker. He's a Australian defensive lineman. He could not recover there. That's why you usually have your hand seams on.
Brave man to just attack it though, so didn't pay off, unfortunately. And how often do we see that happen, Kenya? They put in a nice little onside kick there, and more often than not, unfortunately, the team receiving the ball just gets a hand to it and the guys come through and pick it up.
There's a name I haven't called as much as I thought I would today. Daniel Raybold was obviously a dominant D lineman for the Wildcats and representative teams. And someone called the time in here because the referees blow this play dead.
There's not many D-line players that have a highlight game against the Stingrays, though, is there?
Yeah, not a whole lot, but good job though by Reece Perkins. I want to highlight him to do the right thing. You pick the guy who you think least has handled the football or has the ball skills, and you aim it right at him, and he did that perfectly.
Even if he didn't mean to, that's what I'd be taking credit for.
Exactly.
Plenty of time again. Number 75, you need to attack that, buddy.
Tonga Kilo, now he'll run. He'll try it, and now we got a bit of open field for him. He eventually picks up maybe 6 yards on that play. I thought he was going to go for a bit more. And, yeah, they're almost mush rushing him, aren't they? They're daring him to throw the football.
I think so. They're certainly wanting him to maybe run. Maybe they're wanting him to run, I suppose, but he's a dangerous runner.
Well, I guess the reality is, whilst they've run, maybe you pick up 8 yards, but anytime he's been throwing the ball, he has managed to pick up a couple of big chunk plays like this one here. And that's probably why they're trying to encourage him to run. William Mahe linking up with Tonga Kilo there for the big completion. That ball is down at the 15.
You give a guy that much time and he's going to find someone eventually.
Tonga Kilo, quick snap. gives it to JT. A couple yards there. As they try to mix things up, and that's Gardner, sorry again, not Taylor. He's been the man they've called upon in the second half.
Fought hard all game.
Here they go again, Gardner. Threatening again, looking dangerous on each run.
Big contact too.
They definitely have a brand of running back. That's a good shot on the end of it. Third and inches. Tongakilo hands it off to Gardner. Gardner fights forward for everything that he needs to. That'll move the chains, and we've got first and goal. Once again, minimal huddle here. Tongakilo pretty much walks over, gets the play. They're going to run it out of the same formation. And there's our 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes on the clock. Exactly. The Stingrays are presented with an opportunity to add another touchdown on the board. Tongakilo inside give. Untouched goes Gardner. And the Stingrays have shown a heck lot of fight in the second half.
It might be a bit too little too late, you'd think, Ken, but you know, they're certainly getting a bit of respectability back into this scoreline. It was looking a bit dire there for a period of this game, and I wouldn't even put it past them to potentially score another one the way they're moving the ball.
Let's see if they go for the onside kick again. Tongakilo coming to the sideline to get his play.
Yeah, and especially the way the Thunder are just allowing him to stand in the pocket and choose what he wants to do.
Well, you think this has got to be their blueprint for next week against the Rhinos. I don't think they're going to be able to match that Rhinos offense, but what they can do is go slow and methodical and take as much clock off the top and keep their best weapon off the field, which is their entire offense. So they go for a Reese Perkins PAT. That unfortunately goes wide left. So the score remains 38-19. But they've proven they've got a physical inside run game. It might be the best way for them to handle the Brisbane Rhinos next week until they get back to full health.
That's got to be the case for them with when they're down on the troops that they are down on. Do we have an ETA on when the QB Curry will come back?
Well, I've been told it's week to week. And I said the hamstring there, so they're hoping for next week, but they're not going to be surprised if they've got to wait another fortnight longer. And I'm sure Kari's probably feeling the same. He's had to sit in second string for a good couple of years, and he's been waiting for his chance to take over this offense. It's been presented to him. Unfortunately, that's been delayed by a hamstring injury. So he's continuing to bide his time.
Looks like some numbers issues again for the Stingrays.
Well, this kind of happens once again when you're down on numbers and you don't have the luxury of having the regular special teams guys at practice and you're filling in. Another onside kick here from Perkins. The ball's gone missing and it's been recovered by Paludin. Another onside kick. Well, if nothing else, the Stingrays are certainly making this fourth quarter interesting. And Perkins with 2 out of 2 on onside kicks. And that time I think he even aimed it at a hands team guy. Oh, no, he didn't. He's actually the big lineman there. But at some point in the Thunder, you've got to start putting some of your hands team guys up front.
The big boys have a little extra trouble getting down there to pick those ones up. So
it's not our job, Spanky. First and 10. Here goes Tongakilo. No, it was a little give inside. Clock still running. And a timeout.
Taylor back out there with that run.
Stingrays stop the clock. Coach Hill is coming in, and
I think for me the option for them here is to do the option. You know, get the guys to the outside and try and get to that sideline and save some of that time on the clock. And they've had a bit of success with it, so go to the open side and try your luck.
Well, it's not like the Stingrays don't have the ability to adapt. I mean, they were without Damo for pretty much the entire game in the Sun Bowl against the Ravens. They found a way around it, and they did probably what I suggest they probably got to consider doing again by grabbing a good ball carrier, maybe even Tonga Kilo himself, stacking up the line of scrimmage and putting big men on big men. Tonga Kilo looking long, loading for Paludin. Paludin's underneath it. He's got it in stride. Can he make some magic happen? What a good one there. He's eventually tackled across the middle, but Jaden Paludin continues to impress. Tackle of the middle was there by Julius Traeger. One of 2 number 12s on the Thunder. Tonga Kilo pumps. His eyes are still downfield. He's scrambling now, looking for... Nope, he's going to throw this ball away. He had Napier in the end zone. If he wanted to try and throw a jump ball, he's got a bit of a matchup there if he wants it.
The amount of time that he has to throw this ball is incredible.
Well, the flags have been thrown in. I think it may be a bit of... Oh, and a hat's been thrown as well. And I think that usually means someone's throwing chat. Andrew Stock is not happy. He's talking Tim Redshaw. Pleading his case is Christian Preacher Arnold. And he's clearly not happy with the decision.
Very animated in his argument. Not going to get anywhere, unfortunately.
Dead ball foul. 2 unsportsmanlike conducts, which actually I think will see him thrown off for the final minute of this game. Well,
is that Liam Hunter that got thrown off?
No, actually, maybe not. I thought that was 2 USCs. Maybe it was 2 USCs on different players there. I thought it was in the same player. Well, actually, hang on.
He's just gone off and taken his helmet off.
Well, we'll see if he starts taking his kit off.
And
regardless,
he's not happy.
The penalties were on the Thunder for unsportsmanlike conduct. And Hunter's not happy. He's still going, and you might have to be taking a fun ride back with your mated brother. Tonga Kilo. He's going to take it himself up the middle. He's going to shove off the first tackle. Let's not forget he was a collegiate tight end. No signal. They're saying he's short.
It's got to be close. That clock's still running.
And they just quickly try to sneak it. He gets around the side. Still no sign. The far judge is shaking his head. The Stingrays are in complete disbelief.
That was a very messy bit of play there. I'm not sure what happened. And
well, they've changed it now.
Give it to him.
Redshaw's given it. So that's another touchdown to the Stingrays. This game is going to get awfully close. Dare we attempt another onside kick?
Well.
And the Thunder do not get their hands team on for this one. That's on them.
So what are we sitting at this potentially to get them to 26 or 28?
25. This is a replay
if they
of
go
the
for the 2, I suppose.
That was just given. We don't get a very good angle from here. It looks good to me, but the referee, the side judge is in a better position than we are. So they'll go for a PAT here. That'll make it a 2-score game. Oh no, and this has been completely blown up for him. What would it look like it was going to be an amazing fake. Dylan Napier would have swung around. Here's a good reverse angle of it. This will give us a better idea, I imagine. Well, and the score is 38-25 for some of the fans here. And regardless, it's been called a touchdown. Well, let's see if they try to run the fake again here, Sean. Nope, they'll go to the PAT. And it's no good.
Oh, there's still a bit of pushing and shoving going on. It's getting out of hand.
And to make sure they have enough here, Coach Hill is literally calling out who he wants on the kick-off unit. Keep in mind, this very well could be the onside kick team.
Let's do some maths here. Ken, what are we? 25 to 38 to 25. So
we need it's a 13-point difference.
So
Yep.
2 7-pointers to win.
2 touchdowns. Clearly, we are not under quick maths. Our quick maths game is not strong. It's also very cold.
It is. But yeah, another touchdown pretty quick here could make things pretty exciting. And
what surprises me, look at the front
look
line.
at the size of the guys at the front there, yeah.
They've still got Daniel Raybold, who is a very good defensive lineman, but is he a good onside kick recoverer? I would argue not.
He's also asking questions of the referee about where he can touch the ball by the looks of things.
Well, he's still got to clear 10 yards. He's got to wait for it to cross 10 yards. They've also got big Bruce Pelusi in there as well as Sam Leota. They've aimed at Raybold and they'll let it go. Maybe that was the best tactic of all.
That's what they should have done the first 2 times.
And that should be the fat lady.
Not take any chances. If I was the Thunder, take a knee and let this game roll away.
Of course, the other option they could have tried is going the old high one, whether the big fellas had the awareness to call a fair catch. There's another story. You can a chance your hand at that.
In my experience, when the big fellas start to see that ball in the air coming towards them, mate, they don't call a fair catch. They try and take that and head downfield.
And a flag from the sideline once more. That might have been I reckon that's probably from a bit of chat from the sideline. No, hang on. They even talked about the flag. Well, this game is going to go the distance. At one point, I thought we might have been looking at an accelerated fourth quarter. Now, the Thunder, they'll go into victory formation. There's only 2 times Tommy Corwin gets under center. That's to sneak it and to take a knee. And I don't think the Stingrays have any timeouts left, according to our count.
Starting to hear a bit from the sidelines, unhappy with the tactic of closing this game out.
I think it's a bit of a lose-lose for the Thunder, isn't it?
Everyone.
If they run the ball, they're bad sports. If they take a knee, they're bad sports. You just take the knee and take the win, I think.
Well, especially with their luck in that last 2.5 minutes, I think that's the safe option, isn't it?
Well, let's see, and we've seen this even as high as the levels of NFL before, about whether the D-line will try to get a push going. They got a small one there, but nothing serious. Tim Redshaw's going to count out the final couple of seconds. And for the first time in history, the Griffith Uni Thunder register a win over the Gold Coast Stingrays. They dropped to 1-2, and the Thunder, well, they moved to 2-0 in 2018. And the Stingrays, they'll go on to have a date with the Brisbane Runners next week at Frank Lind Oval.
That'll be a good game too, Ken, and the Thunder certainly tried to make it as hard for themselves as they could in the end, but let's not take anything away from them. The performance overall was a very good one, and I'm sure they'll improve on it too. I think next time it comes to a point where there's multiple onside kicks coming, they'll learn what to do in that occasion.
I think so. And for your winners tonight, the Thunder, they'll be taking on the Raptors, and we're getting a score correction here that the final score was 33-25, so a point off. But the Thunder, regardless, they'll be going home winners down the M1 tonight. And the Stingrays, they'll have to go back to practice and see what they can do to try and slow down a high-flying Brisbane Runners team. Anyway, this has been Gridiron Queensland TV, another production here in Week 3. Thanks to everyone who tuned in, not only to this game, but to our women's game at 4 o'clock today. I'm Kenny Andres, joined Sean Hunter. How was your first experience of commentary?
enjoyed it, mate. Can't wait to come back for a second time.
Fantastic. Join us in week 3 at the Brisbane Runners home for the Franklin Oval, and we'll be week 4, I should say, actually, and we'll be bringing you the action once again. Bye for now.
Get him up. Get him up, get him up. Funny how you choose and pick your battles, dude. Keep saying you number 1, but I'm on top. Yo, it's done. Dropping styles like napalm. Fake rappers think they so strong. Verses full of hype and always ready for a fight. Spontaneous, magnanimous, cause they can't get close enough to run with us. If you want a battle, get it hard, get it raw. No emotions, I shake you until your chains fall off. What? Large, in charge, I set the bar high. You running with the big boys now. Get up, don't cry.